Uncle Jeremy should have won.
Hi, and welcome to the Politics is Completely Banned session of Dice of the Beholder, Chronicles of Nidum.
Come back, Uncle Jeremy. All this
Chronicles of Nidum?
Well, it is today.
Guys, please.
Welcome again. Politics will be banned.
Good luck. Skills wallet, skills wallet, skills wallet.
That's not my.
You only win the bet if you know in character.
Yes, so welcome again to
We're sorry.
our weekly live stream of the Chronicles of Nidum. These are, again, the rest of the players. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Sorry, I was digging in my bag.
Hi, only Shane.
Oh, shoot. Shh. I nearly knocked over the.
Yeah, hi, Shane. So yeah,
Hi,
we're
Shane.
going
Hi,
to
Shane.
try and to keep the politics out of it.
Mostly
Yeah.
because if you
Try
are from America like Shane,
and
it won't
keep
mean anything anyway.
The politics out of it.
Is your method of trying to keep the politics out of it looking at me sternly and saying we're going to try and keep the politics out of it? Because that's not going to do it, my dude.
Greg? Behave.
Skills wallet.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I've got sound turned on. Whoops, there we go. Hi, guys.
Okay.
So yeah, hi, and welcome back. So, we can just dive straight in.
That was you. Technically, you interrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was Greg.
I'm pretty sure that was me.
That was absolutely great.
I've rolled a new character. My sepsis died in between episodes, and now I've got a new character, and their name is Keremy Jorbin.
Greg, we started later than usual.
We
We haven't got time for your fucking tomfoolery.
Charlie's been
No tomfoolery.
Charlie's been telling me off a lot today. Can it, okay, so no tomfoolery, but can I get up to some horseplay?
She's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Why the horse? Really starting to get my nerves.
Let's play the game that we're
Yeah,
here for
let's
before
play
Charlie
D&D.
stabs Greg and we
Hey,
look
right,
at
what happened last time we played D&D?
It's fine. I'm
matrimonial murder.
I'm currently just typing out.
He's sending an email to someone to replace me.
It's from my advent calendar.
That's real sad.
I'm not going to replace you.
He's going to have me killed, and then it'll be a three-person.
Reg, you're really
three-player
close to
problem.
the thing and
I'm fully-
you just look like a beard and a nose.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about yourself. It's fine.
Talk amongst
can't
ourselves.
do live streaming, we can't have
absolutely do something.
We can talk amongst ourselves, so fine. So we have a Christmas one shot next week, probably, assuming
Yes,
I have arranged
announcements.
anything.
Announcements. It's fun.
There's no. Is there
There's no
still
merch.
streaming the week after that? Because me and
Um,
Greg won't be here.
The week after that, we'll probably play a board game on stream or something
Yeah.
for your entertainment.
But no
Play
D&D.
Betrayal, because we haven't played Betrayal in
We can play
age.
Betrayal. Yeah, there you go. Week after that, because Greg and Charlie aren't available, we will play a board game or something along those lines. Probably with lots of children interruptions, but just so we
Well-
put something on.
Will Jared be there for that? Or is he?
What,
he coming down
what week is
for-
that? 29th?
Yeah,
The 29th.
Yeah, Jerry will be here.
There you
Yeah,
go.
There'll be 4 people.
Hey, that's nice.
They'll get to meet. They'll get to meet our
Irish.
I love
our other person.
The token
our other
diversity of Irish.
hopefully.
Token diversity of Irish.
player. Yeah.
It's real fun. Just
Diverse.
throw all the stereotypes in there.
We've got pretty good like LGBT representation. We're just really bad at like the
Race,
race thing.
Like we've got a non-binary person. We've got like
We are well represented.
pan people. We've got
Yeah.
bi people.
Ace.
Yeah, we've got an ace person too.
Yeah. Doing all right. Doing all right in the LGBT.
But in control of everything is a cisgender white male.
But you're bi.
You ain't hetero. You ain't hetero though, are you?
No, not at all.
Fuck.
So we accept it.
Has at least several times done drag. So you're not that normal. Like, if you think of normal as a, you know what I mean.
Anyway, D&D, shall we?
Yes.
Hey, what happened last time we played D&D, Bri?
Okay, to dive straight back in then. Last time, you did a great service, freeing the child from the rat folk in the storm dread.
So the whole week before.
and happily then were given permission by the sheriff of the town to come back the next day to look for more work, where he would put you on the road to becoming accredited adventurers and getting you your papers, so you could travel the country free. When you went back to the tavern, you spent a nice lazy day, basically cleaning the tavern, and
After shopping in the market.
after shopping in the market slightly,
Just clean no damn tavern.
you drank all the top shelf liquor. Sorry, Oriana.
I was going to say, is it just the Oriana show?
Yeah.
So it's not that Oriana does matters.
Well, Oriana can talk.
But while in the bar, before Melkor came back, a lot of rat folk turned up and rather aggressively entered the bar looking to kill the people who just killed 3 of their members. Fortunately, you were then able to talk them out of violence, talk them round, and enter into a pact with them where you would kill the thing that was killing so many of their folk, and they would agree to leave you alone.
He was going to crunch.
Melkor came back,
He was couple.
He's crunching it.
Sauce.
was quite pleasantly surprised that you'd come to this understanding with the rat folk, and
had cleaned his entire bar.
he actually didn't know it. And then
Fucking rude.
And then you all proceeded to go, well, most of you proceeded to go once again to your own bed. Most of you. The next morning, you decided to quickly embark on the task for the rat folk. Found your way, to the sewers underneath the dockland, and found a crypt spider. Spider more terrifying than any you'd ever seen before. After again almost losing at least one of you to the spider and his web-covered zombie cohorts.
I thought you said his web-covered zombie hose.
To me, my hose.
He had some hoes.
Yeah.
That is Orana's goal in life, is to have a team of hoes.
Web
Come my hose!
Web-covered hose. You then proceeded to... Well, the spider had appeared dragging its prey, all webbed up. You opened the web sack and found an elf.
Keep
An
up.
elven guard. Picking him up, taking him back out of the sewers, you were halted by a loud voice as you looked up and saw 20 elven guardsmen and the sheriff staring down at you.
I just want to
Actually, it was just me poking my head up.
No, it
7.
was all of us.
There were
Yeah.
7
Yeah.
guards
Was
last
that
week.
7?
Yeah, and there
Okay.
were 13 more guards over the course of
Alright.
the week.
Fine, there are 7. And the
Draws the
sheriff.
attention of the last week.
Yeah, it does say.
Do you know what?
Just been standing there with this horrible standoff
It says
for a week. All
confronted.
guards.
Been treading water for a while
It
now.
says confronted by a sheriff and 7 guards. So.
Okay.
Not only am I ringing you, but I have soiled myself if we're there for a week.
It's alright, we're pretty much in the
It's
sewerage
sat
anyway.
in sewerage, so it's.
I was in a children's pantomime today. It was very, very bad. I'm sorry. I'm taking out my frustrations on you, but
Wasn't
making
very
13
bad.
more guards.
Yeah.
Be in a panto and then
Okay.
you can let out frustration.
It wasn't very bad, but you could definitely see the cat's boobs.
Yeah,
Every
we
time-
move here to
Every
it's all
time
about
where I had
the
to say,
cat.
"Oh no, it isn't,"
And
he added
titties.
3 guards.
Okay, and you're in.
Yes, I'm sure there is plenty of urine.
Hello.
I immediately go silent.
I'm
'cause-
trying to tread water while having my hands out.
Who's got the guard?
Ace.
Ace.
Yeah, I'm just like holding him, just like,
I'm trying to hold Ace up with one
Yeah.
arm there.
just like waiting with the gun.
Do any of you actually have weapons there?
No.
I don't think I do because
No,
I'm
we were
carrying.
slipping out of the
friggin'
sewer.
guard.
I suppose we have a. Yeah, I just sort of like sink so only my eyes are above the water.
And your nose. Otherwise
Like a
you're
small
looking at every
frog.
short time in the water, surely.
I'm holding my breath for now. I guess I'll just do the nose bit. I mean, that is how people swim.
You there. That's you again.
Jesus Christ. And there's also a rat crunching on a Kong, just like nearby. That's actually atmosphere, that's not just us being really bad at managing our audio. Crunch, crunch, says the rat.
So,
Look, there's a dog. That's all.
you are in the thick of trouble again. But this time, I believe you may be the cause. You there, drop your lifeboat. And you see the airship quite near to you. Start to wheel its lifeboat.
Really hope there was just a guy holding a lifeboat.
It starts to unwind the winch, and the lifeboat drops slowly into the water next to them.
Hang on, drops from a what did you say?
The airship.
Airship.
Dirigible.
Alright.
The airship's at rest.
Don't be an airship nerd.
The airship's at rest, as you noticed last time, letting a lot of the air out.
So it's not flying above us, it's just like...
It tends to rest in the water as they make repairs and take on cargo, and then it takes off.
Yeah. I remember that bit of exposition. I was unclear whether it was next to us floating in the water or whether it was flying overhead, looking for this guard or something.
Put that body you're carrying and the weapons in the boat.
He's not dead.
It's about 5 feet away.
He's not dead, bro. Yeah.
No, he's not dead. He's
Then
not
put
dead.
the living guard you are carrying in the boat and along with your weapons.
Okay.
I place him in the boat.
I place one of my crossbows in the boat.
Yeah, I also placed one of my daggers in the boat.
I put my 2 daggers in the boat.
I put my swords. All my visible weapons are in the boat because, like,
It's ace.
it's Ace.
Yeah. that man's the law.
Take all my weapons.
Yeah, Sepsis, as far as they know, I'm pretty sure Sepsis only has one. Well, maybe none, but at least they look like they're showing willing.
Apart from Ace, did you put all your weapons in the boat?
I put my 2 daggers in the boat.
I would like everyone apart from Ace to make a deception check.
We're underwater. My
Yeah.
bag is underwater.
Can I have, yeah, can I
advantage
have,
on this?
You
can I
can
have
have-
advantage
you can.
based on my voluminous folds?
You can have advantage.
No!
I brought it back.
Natural 20.
I rolled 2 18s.
So my deception is going to be 21.
Mine's going to be...
Did the dice I got you not do you?
I rolled 2 18s, so my deception is going to be 25.
Mine was 10.
How insightful is this motherfucker?
10 total?
Yeah. To be fair, the thing I'm not trying to hide it as a weapon. It's my quarterstaff on my back. I don't think it's a weapon.
You rolled a total of 17.
Okay.
So
I'm fine.
you rolled a total of 14.
That's less than 25.
Mm-hmm. Rolled a total of 3.
Ooh.
Um,
Please don't choke on that.
That's what she...
So
All
the
my
dice
weapons
did you
are
find?
in it. It's just
So-
a quarterstaff. It's like
as you
The least subtle.
As you awkwardly kind of a couple of you just push the body and it topples in.
He's fine.
Does not contribute.
And you kind of drop your weapons into the other side, careful not to try and cut and injure the already.
Don't you
I
tell
like
me.
that.
Don't you tell me how I do things. I just flung a dagger into the boat. I don't give a shit where it lands.
The boat immediately starts to raise up.
I really thought you were going to say
Ace turns
it
his
immediately
attention
starts to
to-
sink because of your careless daggering.
He's going to turn his attention to the guard and be like, he's asleep, I swear.
And I hit Ace and go, shut up.
And as the boat raises, 3 of the guards put their bows away, and the energy kind of dissipates.
I'm just going to like raise up slightly from the water so my mouth is above the surface and just go, you know, we actually saved him. I don't think that's what just happened. I just want to get that out right up front. Is it heroes? We're heroes. Saved him from a giant spider.
We shall see. He
Alright.
kind of walks over with the other 3 guards who pulled the body out of the boat, and they disappear from view. At this point, you can hear some muttering, and then it seems as if he stands tall once again. You can see his face, and he approaches the side again and looks down and goes, "He is still alive, and none of you or your slaves look of an arachnid nature.
Thank you for noticing.
No, I can't fart silk.
So I believe this time you are probably off the hook. However,
Go then.
However, a report has come to the city recently of a somewhat pure tiefling, a small child wrapped heavily in bandages, some think through some horrific injury, and 2 human slaves on the run from members of the royal court.
Sucks to be them.
I'm not a small child.
I must say, though, you are the purest tiefling we've seen in a long time, and you could be mistaken for a small, horrifically disfigured child from a distance.
Thank you. I think you're very pretty too.
So I believe I have no choice but to take you in for questioning. Lower the boat. And the boat lowers its way back into the water. Your weapons are gone.
I go to Oriana. Could you just mention it? He was the person who sent us to the harbour in the first place, wasn't he?
No.
Was that someone else?
Yeah, we need to deal with rat people.
Oh yeah. In which case I'm right.
Is that a question, right? I made some poisoned weapon oil a while ago. How long does that last?
It wasn't a while ago, it was like 2 days ago.
No, I mean when I put it on the weapon, how long does the weapon stay poisoned?
Pretty much, you're good until it's used.
Okay.
That's what I think.
No reason.
So we're going to get into the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I climb into the boat.
Yeah, Ariana pulls herself out of the water into the boat. I'm going to point out she is now soaking wet.
That's pretty. I mutter to Oriana.
You start to hear like whistles and cat calls from the dock workers around her, kind of all leaning over, going, hey!
She makes a show of it. She like stand up, starts wringing out her hair. You know what
So
Megra in Hercules?
Ace is going to do their very best not to pay any attention to you.
I turn
And
around
I
to
cast
Oriana.
with hesitation
knees
to join
tucked
me.
in. And the head down.
I turn around to Oriana and say, so now would not be a good time to rock the boat, huh? Is that Ace's response? Because I like it.
Don't keep the boat
Do I have a choice?
So you get in the boat.
Yeah.
And the boat, once all 4 of you are in, it starts to rise. The boat raises up. When you get to the dockside, level with the dockside, and you're on the boat, what you see is 2 elven guards have put their bows away, and they're holding effectively clamps attached to very long chains. There's 2 of them.
You immediately thought nipple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're holding them at about neck height. And then there are 2 of them just holding manacles, one large set which would fit you, and one slightly smaller set that looks like they're for a child.
Are they elves? Okay.
For me?
Yes, please put your hands around your back and tell your slaves to present themselves.
Yeah.
Before I put
Just
my
do
hands
as you're
behind my
told.
back, I'm gonna like crouch down in the boat, and I'm gonna cast friends.
Okay.
Isn't that the one they know you've cast?
Oh no.
No?
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I lied.
Um,
No, it was because I thought it was
Big old fib.
something that I cast on myself. But I was thinking of glibness, which is an 8th level spell. I don't have access to those
No.
just yet.
Or
Eighth
level
level.
2.
Just do as you're told. Show the new collars.
I tend to
Sort of
that.
like lift up on it.
I do it staring them right in the eye.
You said they were on loan from Melkor.
Yes.
It will be questioned as to how he acquired them and how long he has owned them. I'm sure, being as you presented yourself at the sheriff's office yesterday, people on the run would not be so foolish. So I'm sure we can clear this all up quite quickly. But for now, you will be taken to the dock prison.
Okay.
Follow them. And you two are manacled. And you are escorted by the 7 elves around.
My collar's quick release, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you
Just thought.
look around the roofs of the buildings around you, you do notice 13 other elves that you didn't notice before, making around about 20. And they're all standing on different rooftops with bows drawn, not necessarily pointing them at you, but just looking around.
Anytime Ariana catches the eye of one of them, she winks and pushes her chest out.
Still dripping wet.
No, she pushes that spell and made herself dry. Yeah.
Sepsis didn't.
I did left yourself wet with like nipples.
That's uncomfortable.
Wet t-shirt contest sort of thing.
And you are not
Oh,
taken back
contest.
into the town, or into the main city. You are taken along the docks, wherein you get to a slightly open area. It's like quite a large, barren, almost wasteland. It's just dust beneath your feet. To one
Like
side of the
Berlin.
city.
Excuse me, Diane. Can I mutter to Ace as we're going, say nothing, don't look at them. If they're elves, we say nothing at all, out of respect, and then we can let Ariana and Sepsis do the talking. We are more likely to get dropped in it, because they could ask us to verify Malco's story, but if we don't say anything, then we say nothing, okay?
Do I hear you saying that?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, you can-
Let Sepsis do the talking bit.
Let's
Roll-
let Ariana and
Are you
Sepsis.
secretly whispering this? As
As
secretly as you can?
literally looking down and mumbling it under my breath, presumably I'm walking next to Ace, so...
In that case, I'm probably
And
not here.
7 elves.
Yeah, but... Alright, I say
Roll me a stealth check.
Don't you roll any stealth checks.
No.
You probably wouldn't get disadvantage on that, actually, because it's not. Anyway. Okay, I'm using my new dice, and that's going to be a solid 18,
Total?
Yeah.
Cool.
which is not bad, actually.
Not bad at all. And the elves around you make no... there's nothing that would lead you to anything noticed you mumbling.
For that.
In the middle of the wasteland, you can see far across, maybe quarter mile away, there is another few small towns, and there are buildings and habitation and smaller docks all the way along this huge lip of land you can see that goes all the way out about 2 miles away to a lighthouse. But at the moment, in the middle of this wasteland, all you can see is what looks like a castle keep, and as you walk towards it, it gets even larger and imposing, and standing directly in front of it, about 20 feet away, you realise that the walls are about 40 feet tall. There are no windows, and there is just one large gate at the front, with a wooden guard hut kind of resting against the wall next to the front gate.
Fat bucket.
That's an impressive wall.
The sheriff kind of with his aide who's carrying effectively a sack of your weapons and equipment, just kind of presents you. You will not reside here for long, I'm sure, as long as we corroborate your story, but I believe we will put you in a slightly more comfortable abode, the where we keep our political prisoners. I believe you wish to keep your small companion with you.
Yes, please.
Your slaves will be put into the general population like the rest of them. Tell them
I've already told them to be on their best behaviour.
yes, I'll see how well that goes in there. Anyway, I believe lunch will be served to you soon.
Lovely.
I'm sure we can have this all done by nightfall. But make your way. And the guards come out of the small gate post and they rap loudly on the gates, and the gates kind of lift. And you see another 6, 8 guards inside, ready in slightly different uniform, slightly grubbier, but still elvish. And they are handed the 2 chains attached to your collars, and you are tugged even more harshly forward. 2 of them present themselves behind you with kind of small, kind of pointed wooden sticks, basically, and put them into the small of your back and start pushing you all forward.
No.
So
Yeah, we do as we're told.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
You do
literally
as
doing
well.
as we're told. We can't talk, so.
I have a question though.
Okay.
Am I still in armour?
Yes.
Okay. And I still have my packs and
You
stuff.
haven't taken your armour off.
Just the weapons.
Just the weapons. Yeah, so I've still got my bag.
In fact, as you are taken into a small kind of, it's a very small courtyard, but it's all walls all around, square courtyard, maybe 50 feet by 50 feet, and there are guards there waiting at tables just before another set of doors, and they do strip you of your packs. They don't strip you of your armour, but they do strip you of your packs, your pouches, and they're looking at yours, and they open yours, and it's basically just like calligraphy tools and paper, and they're kind of like, nah, and they just give yours back to you.
That's why the other crossbow's always at the bottom.
Well, it's a natural 20 in investigation. They find the crossbow.
That's why you shouldn't celebrate before the DM's done.
And then they attempt to search sepsis. That's 1.
You and your voluminous fucking
And they do
folds.
not find anything else.
Like a boomerang in this bitch.
You've
do
got
not find,
such
they do not find
a
anything
Just
else.
slap my robes on the
Oriana
side.
hasn't got much to search.
Slap my robes on the side. This baby can hold so many boomerangs.
As you are being searched, you've been turned away from the rest of them, so no one else is really paying that much attention. But as you're being searched, the elf kind of like looks under your hood and just goes, "What are you?"
I hiss.
A what?
Very well. And just puts the hood
Hiss.
back
I
down.
hiss.
And he says something in Elvish to the guy next to him.
The hiss, by the way, does come with a flicker of forked tongue.
And he says something in Elvish to the guy next to him that you all hear.
I think
Anyone
I
wanna
speak
roll?
English.
Yes. No, it doesn't matter because we've got what's it? Something. We've got a feat.
Oh yeah, the thing.
Educated in Nidum. You can
Wait, am
roll-
I there? Or have they gone? You said they went to a different
Is there
place.
anything? Do we
No,
add
you're all in
anything
the
to
same
it?
courtyard as them.
Do we add anything
It's your intelligence modifier.
to it?
I'm
20.
alright with that.
20.
Excellent. Intelligence modifier. Oh, no, it's a saving throw. Hang on. 13. Not horrendous.
Oh, yeah, great. 11.
Better than mine.
Okay.
Do roll.
I had 5.
Just to let you know, there is a homebrew feat in this campaign for all players who came from Nidum that's called Educated in Nidum Ear for Languages. Basically allows them to make an intelligence check because they're taught most of the world's languages or most races' languages in Nidum, but specialise in a few when they get to a certain age. Making it a straight intelligence check, depending on how good your score is, basically means you can remember a bit of the written language of other races and spoken as well. What did you get?
I got a 5. I
13.
think I'm pretty sure Ace was like, I'm never going to talk to an elf. I'm not allowed to talk to an elf, so I just never learned.
Honestly, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Oriana's like, yes, languages.
And Oriana hears one of the elves say, "I didn't think these greenskins existed this far north."
Green, okay, green.
Ariana concludes that Sepsis is a goblin.
Oh my god, it's not!
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
it's not.
Not.
Sepsis.
so you are
Good
then
save.
split up. You are then split up.
May I ask you a question prior to this?
Mm-hmm.
How good of a search did they do on Ace? And did they take his their smith's tools?
Well, presumably, if they left all my paper and my calligraphy tools and my tinkering tools and stuff on me.
Smithing tools look a bit different to calligraphy.
Smithing tools could be used to escape.
Yes, your smith's tools were taken off you.
Okay.
But they left my tinkerer's tools and they left because they wouldn't understand what they were anyway.
That's probably not great.
You said they rolled tension investigation, but they left because it was paper and calligraphy stuff. Did they take the tinkerer's tools?
Tinker's tools, no, because it was mixed in with like a lot of
Paper and crap. She's not neat.
paper and brushes and crap. But they did take the weapons.
That's fine, I don't need weapons, I've got other stuff.
Okay.
That doesn't bother me
Have
at all.
Magic powers.
No, I really don't. Not afraid towers.
Really?
Pretty much.
So, you were taken through another smaller gate. This time, it's a low-hanging corridor. The ceiling is about 7-8 feet. When you're going around, like lamps that are hanging from the ceiling, you are having to duck and move out of the way. Apart from Sepsis. Oriana and Sepsis are taken left, and Dice and Ace are taken right. It becomes, if you were together, it would become immediately apparent how different these both directions are. You two have taken up some stairs.
Is it dark?
It's dim light. You two have taken up some stairs. And you are taken into what looks like a corridor that feeds a suite of rooms, or lots of suites of rooms. And you're taken into the first one immediately.
The sweet life of Sepsis and Oriana.
Left. It's not a barred door, but there is a kind of peephole built in.
Yeah.
And inside there are tables, comfortable chairs, 2 large beds. You don't expect, as you're looking at the pillows and the quilts, to find like goose down, but they don't look too horrible, scratchy. They look clean.
For us, I'm guessing it's a different tale.
As you are taken on the right fork, it immediately starts to go down. Down and down, sloping. And you can, on both sides, because the floor seems to kind of taper off to the sides, so it's almost like curved. And as you're led down the middle, you can see like there's different runs of some foul-looking liquid running down both sides. And as you look up, then you notice that even as you're going down, the ceiling's stretching way up above you, and you can see the lights of different like, small barred windows, as if you are going deep into the ground, and all around you are like just the fronts of cells. And as you look at these rivulets running down you, and as you look back up, you can see that it's fluid that's running down the walls from each cell door, and the smell is foul.
Alright.
Yep.
You are taken to a door at the bottom of the room, far below, and this seems to be just a large wooden door. There's no bars on it. There seems to be just a hole in it. As you look into the hole, you can see shadows moving around inside. And the door is opened. You have the chains taken off your collars, and you are thrust into the doorway.
Okay, I broke something.
It's time to go full Spartacus.
So we're in a room with other people?
Okay. I'm gonna go with yes. You two first.
Okay.
As you were pushed into the room, neither of you have dark vision.
I didn't. They didn't take my goggles. You didn't tell me they did.
No, okay. So you've got your one. Your
We dark vision up
eye.
to 60 feet. I'm cool with that.
So you close your eye, the soft perception being weird, and kind of scan around. And you were in a room with maybe 50 other figures.
Okay. Do they look human?
They are all human.
Human, okay.
You're seeing in blacks and whites at the moment, and like shades of grey, but they all seem to be completely human. There are no discernible features that would lead you to believe otherwise.
What are people lying on or standing?
The floor, each other. There's no bedding.
Okay.
There's no beds.
There's nothing we can do until this evening, right?
I don't think so, no.
As you hear the lock behind you, and the footsteps start to wander away, after about 30 seconds, and you can hear them all kind of holding their breath, waiting, and then suddenly people start to move around, and a couple of fire pits go up in different corners. There is just enough light to see by.
Okay.
And everyone is staring straight at you both.
I wave.
Yeah, I just thought, hi.
Hello.
And they all immediately kind of just go back to whatever they were doing before. And just ignore you.
Yeah.
Okay. I need a favour.
Mm-hmm.
Can you, if I lie on the floor and don't do anything for several hours, can you make sure I don't get kicked in the head?
Okay.
Okay.
Can we put you near a wall?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I need to try and get my magic back, and to do that I have to rest.
Okay.
And
that's
maybe if we have to escape, we are going to need it.
Yeah.
So
That's,
I'm saying
that
this
sounds like
very
a-
quietly.
Okay. Yeah. So let's find a wall to perch you up on.
I go and sit against the wall instead of leaning on Ace. I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Ace
You're
is
just
I'm gonna keep watch and sort of.
Most of the people in here are quite emaciated.
Mm.
There doesn't seem to be like a gang or a ringleader like there would be in like popular culture prisons.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be malnourished,
Bored.
not well looked after. Not so much bored as in a kind of a lethargic, monotonous state.
Do I still have fruit?
Hmm?
Did they take my fruit?
No, you have rations. You don't have the fresh fruit, but you have like the dry trail rations and stuff in your pack.
Yeah.
You have food.
Okay.
Is there anyone who looks particularly hungry?
Everyone.
Everyone looks real hungry, and there's like 50 of them.
And there are men, women, and quite a few children.
Yeah.
We can't give them.
Sleep.
I will. It's not going to make a difference. I just give you literally all the rations out of my bag and go, do what you want with these.
Okay.
I don't need them.
So because Ace won't want to leave Dice, they're gonna sort of like sit very cross-legged in front of her, and sort of like try and make eye contact with anyone sort of wanting to look over, and just like take out the rations and like put them very carefully in front of them, and sort of spread them out a little bit.
The adults are paying you no attention whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're used to new people just turning up and falling in with everyone and realise that it's going to take a while for two people as well fed as yourself to just accept your lot. The children, however, have not taken their eyes off you since you entered.
Yeah.
You do see maybe 4 or 5
I still have a squirrel in my hair.
boys and
Sorry.
girls, kind of like edging closer to you and looking at the food and licking their lips.
Yeah.
And kind of.
Ace is just gonna very quietly like beckon them over.
Okay. The four of them look very cautious. One of them, who looks to be slightly older and bigger than the other kids, kind of like pushes them behind him and just kind of walks over and goes, Why would you give me food for free?
So
What do you want?
don't anything. I'd just like some of my own people to have something to eat. I've no need for it right now.
Do you want nothing in return?
Maybe just some information about the place, but other than that,
Information comes first or after?
either way.
After.
I feel like
He sits there in front of you.
Yeah.
He just like picks up the rations and calls the other kids over
Yeah.
and stuff. He doesn't eat until all the other kids have started eating. And then if you've got like More of this.
Well, I've got your rations, haven't I? So I can take out Dice's rations and
And he
start.
goes, and he whistles,
Yeah.
and like 10 other kids
Yeah.
appear out of nowhere, and just kind of there's a ring around you now as these kids start eating, and you see smiles on the faces of people that haven't smiled in a long time. Hold on a moment. You two are in a well-appointed room.
I need to rest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I kind of expected this. This is, obviously Marcus has alerted his...
No, he hasn't.
I mean, okay.
I meant, how are you doing physically?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, so you don't need to rest.
No.
If I go to sleep, can I trust you not to cause trouble?
Sorry.
Okay, if you do cause any trouble, I'm going to tell everyone you've got green skin.
No, I haven't. Okay.
And now we gotta go to lie down.
Hey, how did you know that?
The guards. You pay any attention in your language studies?
Apparently.
They may not have been as frequent for me as they were for you.
Maybe. Do I still have my pipe? I like my pipe. That's okay.
I start working on the spider venom sacs that I removed.
Okay.
Hey, Seb says you want to hear something funny?
Yes.
They don't think a quarterstaff is a weapon.
I've seen how you use it. I'm not sure it is either.
Ooh! It's nice for the burn. I'm gonna leave you in a ditch somewhere.
I wish I could have flash up on stream that that one of like that guy in a hood who just stands there, all his mates are going nuts around.
That was supposed to be a joke. Dice makes jokes like that
It
sometimes.
was very funny. I need to sleep now.
Okay. Do you want some of this spider venom?
No. Just rest and don't get into any trouble.
Would that be...
Oh, and if someone comes to interview you, just don't say anything.
I want both of you to roll a perception check.
Is it trying to escape, Charlie?
That's what I get for rolling a perception check against my better judgment. I don't roll them usually.
Wow.
8. Sepsis doesn't, but you hear kind of mumbling from somewhere outside the door as a quiet voice. And he goes, "You can't be. I haven't smelled that in ages. You can't." And as you look towards the door, you can see like some of the smoke from your pipe kind of wafting out the doorway. And you hear a voice then from across the hall go, "Hello? Is there anyone? Is there anybody out there?"
Just an only good moment of Titanic.
Yeah.
Stay quiet. Maybe?
Oh, hello. I don't suppose you come to the people so I can see where you are.
Fizz violently shakes their head.
I get advantage of it. I just crawl out, like flop out of the bed and walk over to the doorway.
And you
Then
do
you
see
get shot in
then,
the face with a crossbow.
you do see then directly across the hallway. It's about maybe 15 feet across. There's another door, and you can see just across there are these like vibrant green eyes that look slightly bloodshot. Like they've done a lot of close reading by candlelight kind of thing, and they're very bloodshot. But they're looking across and goes, "Oh, you're a lovely shade of not seen that shade on ever, in fact. Hello. Could you, any chance I can pinch some of whatever you've got in your pipe?
If you can think of a way for me to get it to you.
There should be paper in that room. They allow political prisoners the ability to write letters and things. There's none in,
I cast Mage Hand.
there's none in mine because of my crimes, but
I cast Mage Hand. Like outside the peephole.
oh,
So
Just
the
hand
Mage
it over.
Hand and then
and he kind of looks down the corridor as much as he possibly can. That's great. Thank you. Yes.
and then I also tug on Ariana's sleeve. And
That'd be rich.
you don't have sleeves.
No.
Tug on Ariana's wrist. And I just say, we know someone in this prison. Malcolm's forger
Maps.
because of his crimes.
Yeah, Oriana just
Yeah.
turns and looks at the door and goes, maps.
There's, like, the narrative structure would make sense if this was that guy.
So maps and documents.
This is him having lit his pipe.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the thing. Ariana starts doing it as well. Like,
There's quite
you're a
a.
forger.
You gotta have some sort of addiction if you're gonna like write into the story a reason for you to be vaping.
This NPC is going to be with you forever. No.
I cast poison spray.
Yes, this is the crime I've been accused of and why I've ended up in here yet.
We know
Malcolm.
a friend of yours, Malcolm.
I don't know a Milkor, and he winks at you. He says so.
Oh, of course, no. Why, nobody knows Malcolm.
Certainly wouldn't find, Melkor sounds orcish.
Yeah.
Obviously there's not many orcish friends to my kind. And as you're looking at like the slit of his face, you can see there's no point to his ears, there's no tint to his skin, there's nothing that would be anything else apart from human. Which again is quite confusing because there's a human in the political suite.
Strange.
You're human.
I am, yes.
Completely?
That's what my mother said. Never met my father, but I've never found any reason in the mirror that she was lying.
Ew, humans, says Sepsis loudly in case anyone's listening.
Of course.
Sepsis.
Thank you for deigning to speak to me. I'll leave you alone now if you wish.
No, that's... Honestly, don't leave me alone with a little one.
Sepsis pulls a dagger.
So you've
Oh god, it's got a pointy thing.
I'm behind you.
you've feared of me then?
Did all my rations?
Yes, we're actually looking for you.
Oh well, this seems like a fine method of finding me.
Yes, this is
I
a
suppose
rescue.
now you've found me, you'll just be able to walk straight back out.
Yes, this is a rescue. We're rescuers.
After about 8 hours sleep, maybe.
So just remove.
Or
What?
just rest, really. Just 8 hours of rest.
Hang on. Do you know a spell that can get us out of prison?
It can be very charming.
Yes.
There we go.
You're aware that your bosoms are not a spell.
Yes.
I don't know, mind. I've fallen under the spell of many in my time.
Yes, Sepsis. I know a spell.
Oh. I just wanted to, because
Just go sit in the corner with your sack.
I've seen the effect they have on people, but I just don't think that they're going to get us out of prison. But they might.
To be fair, the people they brought in here and the reaction from most of the guards, you think most of them are eunuchs. They don't like it when you say that though. When he kind of rubs, like you see as he rubs, he kind of rubs this like half-healed scar on his cheek.
What's a eunuch?
What's a eunuch?
Yeah.
My master was.
It's when they're castrated.
What, like a bull?
Yeah, they've had their bits chopped off.
Why would that stop them from?
I don't know, but it doesn't.
Stops the cows and.
It doesn't seem to make them any calmer.
It works on the bull.
It didn't work on pestilence.
Right.
I wish I was there. I want to know so much more about that sentence.
I really need to sleep. Or at least get some rest. But we will talk later.
Yes. I think today's technically my day off. They don't come for me middle of the week, so.
What do they have you do?
They make me write different parts of missives in a hand I've never seen before, but looks, from what I pieced together, is probably from someone quite powerful in the government. And I write bits.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk more about that later. I'm gonna go sleep. As she walks away from the door, just smoke billows out from her.
Thank you for this. I'll make it last.
I've got more.
Use the mage hand to close the slot on his door.
Okay. And you go and rest.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna rest?
No, I'm gonna muck around with my venom set.
Okay. And you're resting?
Yes, but just so you know, my squirrel is now sitting on Ace's knee watching the children. Because that's what squirrels do.
Curious fellow.
Quick question. What do you want to try and do with your venom side?
Can we stop saying the word sack?
No.
It was just something really uncomfortable.
Also, that other one.
Voluminous fault.
No, we
I-
had
I would
3
like
hours
to-
of a pantomime earlier, and they decided the
Dame.
dame decided to try in the middle, which I was very grateful for, one pussy joke.
It was great.
They,
Oh no, I've lost my pussy!
they skirted around
Puss in Boots.
the word pussy. It's Mr. Puss.
Yes.
Yes, it's just puss. They skirted around saying the word pussy for 3 fucking hours, and there was one time that the dame decided to say, "Oh, I've lost my pussy."
Yeah.
I was weak.
He's
I was
actually-
waiting for like 3 hours for this to rock up, and once they tried it.
Oh, I can't say X, not there. It's fine.
What I was trying to do with my venom
Yes.
sac, by the way, is I was trying to extract the venom from my venom sac.
Okay.
Just above me.
Millie's not listening because she's whispering.
They're talking about game stuff.
Okay. Roll me a nature check.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Why can't I? You
We
roll
don't know.
it. Like the only thing that I consistently roll garbage on. It's a real big 11.
It's 11. It's not a massively high DC. You
No.
extracted the sac. It's not terribly difficult to get the venom out. As it had been, you can tell, as the animal had been full of,
Venom.
yeah, no, it had its, like, I don't know, the spider had its hairs raised,
Yeah.
and ready, you
It
know.
was in attack mode.
It had basically filled its venom sac, ready to strike. And as its large bulbous sac in your hands, as you press it, it starts to milk the sac.
We're adults.
As you begin to milk the sac.
Yeah, yeah. I'm paying attention. I'm making sure I pay attention to like stroking and squeezing the
Yes.
sac.
Your hands
This
do,
is Oriana's thought process while she's watching this, just giggling herself to
your
sleep.
hands do begin to become moist with
So
venom.
uncomfortable.
And no, you do. With the vials in your alchemy kit, you are able to extract at least 5
It's okay.
vials of cave spider venom.
5 vials of cave spider venom.
Okay, sorry, crypt spider.
Crypt spider. Would I have any idea what sort of effect that venom would have if I were to apply to someone via putting it in their drink or something?
Well, you're immune to poison, aren't you?
Super.
So, the wonderful thing about 5th edition is you don't need identify. You could take some.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I obviously will. I assumed it went without saying that whenever I was fucking around with poison, I would always taste it.
Okay, cool. Okay. Basically, if you can successfully apply this to a weapon or into someone's drink, well, weapon, it will do 2d8 poison damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
DC 13. Half as much on a successful save.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume that's a con save, yeah.
Yeah.
DC 13 con save, 2d8
Mhm.
on fail, and half on save, success,
Okay.
and in a drink?
If ingested, it will reduce the creature. Well, as long as the creature has less than 50 hit points,
Okay.
it will reduce the creature to 0
Mm-hmm.
on a failed save. Still the same save.
Yeah.
However, when the creature is reduced to 0, it does not start to roll death saves.
Yeah.
It is stable, but poisoned for 1 hour.
Okay.
And even if it regains hit points in that hour, or is healed, it is paralysed
Okay.
until the hour is up.
Is this what would have happened if we'd been poisoned by this creature?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Does it say so? If it's under 50 hit points, it's reduced to 0. But
If it's
stable.
ingested.
But if it's
Oh,
ingested, yeah. But it's stable and it's paralysed.
Stable and poisoned for 1 hour
Stable
and 0 hit points.
Yeah.
If it is healed,
Yeah.
or like healing magic or a potion is
Yeah.
forced into his throat, it regains the hit points,
Yeah.
but it is paralysed until the hour is up.
Is it still poisoned also? Unless like rest or whatever.
Only if restoration or cure poison or whatever is given, does that wear off.
Okay. Does it have any effect on a successful save or no effect at all?
There's no effect on a successful save if
Cool.
ingested.
Okay. Thank you. That's pretty sweet.
You've got the biggest collection of weird poisons. Keeping track of these is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I've got them all written down.
You've got all their effects written out as well.
Okay.
You have to make yourself like a little diary just for that.
While all of this is happening and you're resting,
Mm-hmm.
you're there. The children have kind of wandered off to, I suppose, a safe distance. They're still not entirely trusting of you,
Mm-hmm.
but they look happier and they're slightly more relaxed in their posture. A couple of the children you can see have kind of kept food,
Yeah.
but they haven't kind of taken it off to themselves. You can see them kind of weaving in and out of the crouched human figures, and you see them kind of sharing. One girl shares it with her father.
Yeah.
Another girl shares it with 2 women who look ill and kind of emaciated over in the corner. They've been there for a while. And from that girl, it would seem that any rations that they're given, they've basically given to her
Yeah.
instead of them. So
Who's
any
this, sorry?
ration, a small child has taken some rations off and tries to feed her mum and another woman.
Yeah.
And the boy is still kind of sitting there, and
Yeah.
he's eaten very little, but he does look stronger now.
Yeah.
He's kind of
Looks
upset.
happier for having eaten.
What do you want to know?
So how do things work around here? Do they come very often to check on you?
I assume I'm resting, but I can hear this. I'm just sitting there listening. No,
Mhm.
I don't have to be asleep to rest, right? Okay, good. I think I'm resting.
They come maybe once per day. There's never really, can't tell what time it is down here, but for those of us, one of the children over there seems to always know exactly what time it is, but they never really, they don't have there's no hour of the day that they turn up.
They haven't got a schedule.
No.
That child has the keen mind feet. That's a fucking OP child.
Yeah, got more feet than us.
It's like that kid at LT, the squirrel boy. Yeah. So, what do they do when they come? Do they just sort of check everything's as it should be, or?
No, they open the gate, they push a sack of bread and rotten meat in
Lovely.
and close the gate. Every once in a while, every couple of days, we might get another one of us.
What did
But
you
it's
all
normally only
do?
in ones. You're the first pair that's been pushed in. What did you do?
Case of mistaken identity, I think.
You're not from around here, are you?
No.
No, we're from quite a fair bit away. So we didn't really know what was going on and why that humans weren't sort of equal citizens as such.
You're really not from around here then.
Not exceptionally, no.
We're not citizens. Not that we're not equal, we're property.
What were you arrested for?
My master died. No one wanted to take on a new slave with 4 kids. So we got arrested for just being free, I suppose.
How long has it been like this?
Forever.
Like what?
Forever.
What? That's been,
Yeah.
I don't know, my entire lifetime. I'm 9.
You're 9 years old.
That's what my mum tells me.
You're 9 years old and you will be in prison forever? Is there a way for you to get out?
They have like market day once a month.
They take you
Has it
to
been
be sold?
Yeah.
Is market day soon?
What is the going price of a slave?
We've got enough money and means to feed us, I suppose.
Wow. That's really depressing. I'm sorry.
Somewhere?
It's not.
Is it just the one entrance here?
Well, there's the hole in the back, but you don't want to go too close. It smells, as you can imagine.
It smells, but where does it lead to?
Well, I'm assuming after all this time, it probably leads to a giant pile of shit. I'll be honest.
Does it go outside to that, or is it still within the?
I don't know. Sometimes.
He's gonna leap at that jar.
Yeah, can you?
Yeah.
Don't put things on the table for the moment.
No, Kibo was about to launch himself on the table.
Sometimes you can, I don't know, hear water down there, but
Okay. Can you show me where that is?
yeah,
Okay. Once my friend has
yeah,
rested.
it's alright.
I'll be okay.
It's okay. It's okay. And he whistles again, and like 10 of the kids come around, and he like whispers to them, and they form this kind of defensive ring around Dice, all staring out.
Yeah.
Some of them still munching on like dry ration.
Thank you.
I hand the youngest one the squirrel.
Yeah.
Everyone loves squirrels.
Yeah.
You
And he
can't.
takes you. The room is.
It's quick.
He takes you around the outsides of the room because most people tend to congregate in the centre to share warmth. And as you're walking around the outside, it looks like this was potentially once a crypt, but is now just a cellar. It's in disrepair. There are skulls kind of littered in the corners, but he takes you around to the centre wall, and you get to a hole. And it is just a hole in the ground.
Such a gross noise. I'm sorry, I can't focus on a word you're
So I had to
saying.
get off it.
Constant. Kiva, give it a fucking rest, my dude. I need you to chill.
Bring me the ball. On my nuts on the string, which nobody wants.
I love this dog so much.
Yeah.
That sound is vile.
Can the stream hear a constant kind of gnawing sound in the background?
He's just crunching so much. He wants.
It's the problem is it's not even a crunch because it's like a silicone
wet
ball
noise.
with spikes. It's like,
I have confiscated the dog's paw.
I'm sorry. I don't like.
He
I
had
love,
stopped.
He's just having a nice
I love
time.
Kiva so much. I'm not trying to criticise him. He
I don't
doesn't
think he's
know.
offended. It's
You
okay.
You don't understand about the audio quality.
No, but he's
No,
going to take out the
It's fine.
broadband if we're not careful.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, but you can't crunch forever. You just have to stop at some point. Everything in
taking the crunchy ball,
moderation,
it's okay.
Kiva.
The crunchy ball is gone. Crunch, crunch.
I know. I just feel really guilty now. Just trying him with his crunch.
Yes,
ball.
well, so you should.
Sorry.
Anyway. Okay. The children with the crypt.
Yeah.
As you get closer to the hole, you do realise what he means, and you've seen it's why everyone kind of, even though they're in the
Stays away from
centre, there's no one within 20 feet of this hole, and
Yeah.
it sticks the closer you get to it.
It sounds like me
Do
in
I
high
have,
school. There was
I
never
assume
anyone
I've still
within
got
20
like
feet of
sort
my
of like the
hole.
rope and stuff like that. Can I pull that over my nose a little? Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a bit closer. And
You are a
Very,
braver person than I.
I see what you meant there by petulance now.
Yeah. It's not very nice.
Okay.
Can
Can I see that it has light coming from anywhere, or is it just like
A hole full of shit.
I won't make you roll. It is, from what you can see,
Oh god.
What did you do to my dog?
I just gave him Chronicles and now he's zoomed.
from what you can see, the hole is, maybe 3 feet wide
Yeah.
at its widest point, but it's not completely circular. It's just been smashed through the floor.
Yeah.
But it's been that way for a while. The edges are worn. There are worn grooves that you can only determine could be from feet, from people just standing over the hole.
Yeah. Is it? Trying to think of the way to explain this. Is it like it? You can I see like the depth of the stone that it makes, or is it just like straight through?
It's straight down.
Okay. So
It's
it's
also
not like
full
it's
of
not
shit.
like a panel and then something underneath it.
Oh no, there's say like the old floor. You can see like the dust is kind of worn away, and there was a paved proper floor. And the bricks are about like 10 inches thick.
Yeah. So is it like 10 inches and then space underneath it?
It's 10 inches, and then it goes down into what looks like a natural sinkhole.
Okay.
Ace, how deep is it?
You
Okay,
are 100.
yeah,
You are
yeah.
100 feet away.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I didn't realise how far
I'm not
away.
back yet.
Oh, I was going to give Ace a light, but never mind. If I'm that far away, I can't.
Yeah. I don't think I'll have it with me. I was going to say, do I have my flint with me? But probably not. Can I see around, like, the area any sort of loose paving or stones or anything like that?
Some of the paving, like immediately around the hole, with a good kick, would probably start to fall down the hole.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the kid and just be like, you might not want to stand here for a sec. It might be a little stinky. And then
You were in
I'm gonna try and
Oh, no.
like stamp at the
Okay.
looser parts.
Please
so
don't
that's
stamp
where it
into the
looks.
hole.
Roll me a strength check.
Not a dex check, thank God.
Going to
Yeah.
try.
How wide is this hole?
It's like
it's
3
about
feet.
4 feet at its
Okay.
widest, and then like
So like that.
yeah.
Ooh, natural 20, my dude.
That's what's funny.
Yeah.
You kick at a couple of bricks, like directly in the center of what you think would be like a weak point, and 2 of the bricks, after maybe 2 or 3 solid kicks, just fall off and tumble down the hole, and you can hear them clattering against the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so pretty deep. Is it how big is the hole now?
At the point where you've kicked, it's now about 4 feet by 4 feet. It's
Okay.
a good kind of roughly circular hole.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's big enough for a person now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to turn back to the kid and be like, how much attention do you think that would have drawn from the others?
Bloke
Good.
fell down there before. No attention.
Okay. I think keeps what's going.
I see that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to Dice and sort of see if Dice has anything that we could has any ideas on how we can get down there.
Cool.
And now that it's bigger, can I see before I do that? Now that it's bigger, can I see that there's any light coming from down there, or is it just a pit like you said?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Let me use that dice again because it was good to me a second ago. That's not as good. That's an 8.
Sorry. He just gone for a poo.
That was an 8.
8. You can't really see
No.
anything down there.
Okay, I'll return to Dice then
Okay.
and let her know what I've found.
So
So the pit is pretty deep. I might have stomped on it on the edge to make the hole a bit bigger.
okay.
So it can definitely fit a person down now. It's about 4 foot width. However, the stone clattered about 6-7 times when it was going down. So
I have an idea. I
Yeah.
take it you can't see anything down the hole.
I could see shit.
You literally see shit.
Mm.
And also a black hole. And I hand a piece of paper.
If you cast a cantrip, you
Not a
will.
cantrip. It's not a cantrip.
If you use one of your abilities,
Yeah.
you will disturb your long rest.
It's literally, it's part of magical tinkering. It's literally just
Mhm.
the ball. I don't even have to do anything with it. It's literally, there's no action. It's not even an action to do it. It is just imbue a tiny object with a magical property of your choice.
Mm.
It doesn't even have a time to it. It doesn't.
But you're using magic.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take. It's not magic. It's nothing.
It is magic.
If
It
we
is.
were
It
to tell
is.
us-
It is a piece of paper that lights up.
Yeah.
I would know
Absolutely
that.
magic.
If we were to tell us, I can
Yeah.
give you a light to drop. That doesn't matter if we don't get it back.
Okay. We can certainly try and wait that long.
The other suggestion is to drop a torch down it. It'll go out at the bottom anyway.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
Yes, you do.
Hmm?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, no, that was all
That
stuff
was
that
all
was
the stuff
taken.
in my bag.
Don't you have torches?
Yeah, we'll ask the kid. Are there any torches around?
Well,
I know you've got the bonfires, but
yeah, you can have one of them.
okay. So I'll walk up to one of the bonfires and sort of take a small piece off of it because I don't want to
Okay.
take from any of their warmth or light too much. I'm going to go over to the hole and sort of very delicately sort of drop it.
Okay.
I suppose everyone thinks I'm like the smelliest boy that ever was right now. And I just keep playing with the stinky hole.
Well,
So you
we've all been.
so you drop the lit brand
Yeah.
down into the hole
Mm-hmm.
full of methane.
It wouldn't be full of
Yeah,
methane.
it's human
It's
waste.
not
It would-
flammable inside of a septic tank.
Isn't it?
No.
No.
Because as soon as it goes
Speaking
down
as
there, it
people who have a
starts
septic tank.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is not a thing that is warned about? Okay.
Yeah.
it starts to degrade. Methane's what you produce when you fart. It doesn't stick around as the poo decomposes. It just becomes mud.
It's like helium doesn't stick around very long.
Yeah, unless this thing is gas tight, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, it stinks. So it's not
exactly. So,
Mm.
Science, bitches.
Okay.
are you Jesse off of Breaking Bad?
I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Oh my god.
That wasn't.
Not the time.
But no, you see it fall and fall, and the light becomes smaller and smaller until eventually it does hit with a squelch the bottom.
Could I
Boom.
see anything on the walls that would suggest that we could get down, like any sort of old stair or like anything that we could clamber on?
The walls are quite rough.
Okay.
And as the flame was going past quickly, you did make out that the walls are quite rough and stinking.
Yeah.
But no, they're quite rough. It would be not pleasant, but it's not a difficult climb.
So
I can't tell you anything because
so,
I'm not there.
Yeah, I'll return to the group and dice.
Did you see anything leading off?
So yeah, that's a good question. Did I see anything leading off, or was that?
The chamber down there seems to be larger.
Mm.
The light was cast further than you could see, but you couldn't really.
Yeah,
It's about 60. It's about 70 feet down.
Okay.
I should probably mention there is something I want to do at some point.
I was going to say.
Obviously, I'll let them.
Do you want
It's
to?
fine, we're just
I'll
playing
I'll let
it
them
cool.
explore their stinky hole.
No, in a moment.
We
I
are
was going to
literally
come back to you.
exploring.
I was going to come back to you
Yeah.
guys. So you're resting but awake, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Cool. I'm gonna after I finished getting all of the juice out of my sack.
Wow, we're doing some weird stuff today.
As I grab my juice.
Which did not come from Sepsis's sack.
No, it came from
No, it
the
came from-
orangey sacks.
Not non-branded supermarket. Other supermarkets are available. Orange and mango.
There we go.
For my
No.
cold.
Not sponsored by
Generic supermarket.
generic supermarket.
Mm.
Yeah, so Zepsis is going to walk over to the slot in the door, look both ways to see if there's anyone in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone in the hallway?
Not that you can see.
Sweet. Zepsis is going to use Mage Hand to open the slot on the other guy's
Okay.
door and whisper yell like, hey, Forger.
My name is Tristan.
Tristan.
Ask
That
me
would
That
go
was
away
question
when I-
one.
I wonder if your girlfriend could have
My name is Tristan. My forging is just what I'm accused of doing.
Tristan.
Sounds like accurately.
Well, I'm, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't seem to be mounting a robust defence. Never mind. I have some questions I thought of while I was playing with my sack.
Well, yes, that's where I do a lot of my thinking too.
Gross.
I was just staring at the ceiling.
What? Hey, who brings you the things you have to forge while you're in here?
Well, they're not brought here. I'm not allowed paper or things.
Where do they take you?
There's a room further on in the prison. I suppose I don't know the head of the prison.
Do you know his name? Do you know anyone's name?
I've been given his name, but he brings me papers, and the sheriff is there sometimes as well. And
Is there any theme to what they have you forge in these missives?
not really. Christ, one seemed to be a love letter. The other seemed to be I don't know, troop orders for a garrison.
Requisition request.
Said the person who wasn't. Did that sound like my human friend to you? The voice really carries from underground, doesn't it?
It's just a suggestion of wording. Leave me
How
alone.
did you know they were underground?
Going underground.
Oh, I was going to go Sonic Underground.
Does it seem like there's any? Can you, guys?
That's Kiba telling everyone to stop
he
pissing
loves-
about.
He loves Sonic Underground as
Yeah.
well. Is there any? Have you been able to work out any sort of consistent reason why they might want to slip these little extras into these letters?
Well, there was one time when they brought me this like a full letter. I basically had to copy it but just reword it very slightly, and but they'd folded over the author's name and the recipient's name at the top and the bottom. And normally they watch me quite closely, so I don't unfold it, and I can't tell whose writing it is. But it's not the same person's writing every time, and this time it was from, apparently it was being sent to the Grand Inquisitor in the Kingdom of Shalem, which is, I believe, on the continent to the south. But it was basically, it was from, I don't know, some random court of the, random page of the royal court, and it was being sent to the Grand Inquisitor, who was talking about, well, I basically had to rewrite it and say there was no evidence that I could find that the Kingdom of Albion was trying to usurp the throne of Shalem.
What did the letter originally say?
That while the young prince was too young to have been let in on the plans, the page had basically witnessed a meeting between the higher-ups in the court, plotting the demise of their uncle, the King of Shalem.
You believe this page was a spy for Shalem?
Aye.
So they're using you to cover up their little schemes.
Oh, I believe the page is no longer with us, shall we say.
Yes. Why do they let you live up here?
Well, I explained to them that obviously my eyes were precious commodities to me, as they were the part of the tools of my trade, and they needed a more, I suppose, light appointment. So I needed to be somewhere where my eyes weren't unduly strained trying to see in the dark. So they moved me from downstairs upstairs.
I see.
Basically, I told them I wouldn't do anything and my eyes would fail.
I understand.
And I wouldn't be any use to
You don't
them.
need to explain it to me. You're a survivor, obviously,
Well, aye, of course.
and a climber.
Look, if there was more I could do for my friends downstairs, I would, but unfortunately, they don't have any special skills to speak of.
No.
Yes, but I understand that you didn't threaten to stop being useful if their situation wasn't improved. Don't worry, I'm not.
I didn't think I could push it that far, to be honest.
I'm not judging you.
Sounds like you are.
No,
They always sound like they're judging. That or whining.
I would encourage you, if you find yourself speaking to our two friends, to cast this in a less selfish and more favourable light. I found that they don't enjoy the realities of self-preservation.
They're good people.
There's a difference between self-preservation and being an asshole.
They're naive.
That doesn't last long in this world, don't worry.
Tristan, if we are in a position to get you out of here at some point in the future, which is not something I'm suggesting that we will be, do you want to get out, or are you happy as things are?
Well, currently I'm alive and quite well fed, and it's quite comfortable in here, but I do miss my paintings. Well, the ability to paint would be nice. But I don't think I do that well on the run. So
Better to be comfortable.
I think I'll stay here.
Better to be comfortable in a cell than to be a fugitive.
Useful to them at the moment.
Mm.
I can't see that use ending anytime soon.
Until they decide that you
You just found another toy.
until they decide that you know one too many state secrets, I suppose.
Oh, aye.
If we got...
Fortunately, I've cultivated a reputation of not having a great memory.
If we got the supplies to you, would you be able to forge us some papers?
Well, yeah, I suppose. Well, for adventuring license, travelling papers.
Yes, and a magic license.
Oh,
Melkor said there were spells that you know that need to be applied.
yes, but I need the ability to write a very specific ink and some other components to cast a spell on the paperwork.
My colleague and I do a
I
little.
might know a way of getting hold of some of that.
My colleague and I do a little magic ourselves. Are these spells that can be taught?
I can probably teach you the spell, but it would take a while. I've not got it written down anywhere. It's something.
Is there a way to summon a guard?
What now?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I could just shout and say I was hungry. Have you not had lunch yet? Should be in about 10 minutes.
I can wait
By
till
my
then.
candle.
I've got an idea.
But you needed to rest.
I don't need magic for this, I can rest. I just need to... A specific ink probably means Dice is carrying it.
Not necessarily.
Why would we be able to get hold of Dice's stuff?
Because she's my slave and she's holding something I want.
I know this is a comfortable room. We are still prisoners here. I don't think we have a lot of
Is it worth
influence.
trying?
Perhaps, unless it tells them something about our intentions.
No, they won't. They don't think a human has any need for pen and paper.
No, I'm not against it.
It's worth a try. I'll see whether the guards get here with lunch.
For you guys, the gates do open. You can hear the sound of the door being open. You can hear it get kind of sack, tossed in. And as the door begins to lock, everyone kind of very calmly, very tiredly starts to form a single file line and edges towards the door, takes a little bit of bread, takes a little bit of whatever's in the sack and moves off for the next person can have some.
Yeah. We all stay back and let everyone else, because they're all in need.
I took 15 rations out of my bag and kept 5,
Okay.
so I'm fine.
And as you're, as this happens, in about 10 minutes, as he was right, you can hear footsteps coming down the corridor, and the doors are opened, and some quite nice stew, freshly baked bread is brought in. You can see the same happening across the corridor to the other one, and there are 2 elven guards bringing food in and one standing at the door watching.
Waiting.
It looks lovely. I wanted to ask for a possible favour. Please?
Roll a persuasion check.
Are you doing it like this?
Please?
That's the only kind of persuasion she knows.
It's funny
That
'cause it's
is a 19.
19. Okay.
Okay.
I've not been given any specific orders to ignore any requests from this room, so what would you have of it?
It would appear when I was separated from my slaves earlier, one of them was still carrying something that I need. I'm not sure if it was taken from them or if they've been sent to wherever they are with it.
What is it?
Just a small pouch, some pen, inks, things like that.
You have, and he gestures over to the table in the corner, you have ink and parchment here.
It's a particular type that I enjoy using. I like the colour.
Okay. Roll me
It
another
fits so well with
roll
Ariana's
me another
personality.
persuasion check with disadvantage.
Is this already pen and paper, Nick?
Because you're asking for something that seems
Suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't see 11.
Don't be suspicious.
I will use as much haste and as much of my time as I possibly can to see that your specific type of ink that you enjoy using is hastened to you as quickly as possible.
Give it about 12 hours then, yeah.
I mean, really, if it's too much of a problem for you, I wouldn't bother.
Enjoy your food. And they leave the room and lock the door again.
Poison him next time he comes.
There was no hesitation to that at all. It was just like,
He's a dickhead, I don't like him.
I just like open a voluminous fold and show you like a pouch full of vials, and I'm like,
How does that even work? It's like you've just opened a portal or something.
Don't worry about it. Some of these.
Homebrew, cloak of holding.
I'm just all I'm
I know,
wearing is an adult's cloak. That's it.
I'm a very small boy.
Some of these would kill him. It would just make him have like an unpleasant afternoon.
An unpleasant afternoon sounds good and exactly what he needs. Johnson stew.
No. I had breakfast.
What was that? Okay, whatever.
Sepsis is still saying pomegranate seeds in their
That's
pocket.
what I'm saying, isn't it? Didn't you have like a single pomegranate seed for breakfast?
Yeah.
Tristan,
Yes.
what is the ink that you need? I'm assuming the guards have gone.
Yeah. And if you by the door, you can kind of see him. Well, it's a specially prepared ink that's used in spell work. The same kind of. Are you
Literally,
Are you a spellcaster?
90% of my ink.
You a spellcaster? So are you the type that are you studious? Are you do you write your spells down? Do you have a book?
No, I say shit and it happens.
Sepsis laughs extremely loudly at the idea of Ariana being studious.
She knows more about languages than you do.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I didn't understand Elven. And
When Ariana raises that staff, I don't think she usually knows what's going to come out of the end of it.
no, that's not entirely true. Usually what I want to happen comes out of it. Sometimes there's an extra.
Oh, you're one of them.
It's wild.
Yes. Or how distant are these?
I won't cast anything. I need to rest anyway.
It's a constant worry.
And you see his eyes get slightly smaller as he steps, at least because he's realised that it's 15 feet between the cells. He steps about 5 feet back.
Can you even see?
You can still see like his eyes. He's still looking through. But he's like 5 feet away.
You can see him about as much as any of you can usually see Sepsis, I guess.
Yeah.
I won't cast anything. I still need to rest.
Oh, I found a
There's a
picture
special
of
type
Sepsis.
of ink that the more studious of spellcasters use to put their spells in books. I need this.
Calling you stupid.
It
Like one an
It
artisan would use. Is that what you are?
Artificer.
Artificer would use.
Oh, aye, yes. It's I've known an artificer or two, and those who
And there's
are
currently
they?
some in a human cell.
Oh,
And I managed to get the one guard with a rod rammed so far up his backside.
that's that sounds.
Yeah.
And he kind of very quickly like scoots back just to check that no one heard him say that.
I'm not there, but just check. Is it just so I can picture it? Is it just their cell and Tristan's cell?
Yeah, just
In
doors
the-
across the hallway.
There's a corridor that goes up, and as they were being led in, they noticed that every like maybe 20, 30 feet or so, there were more doors directly opposite each other.
I just want to say that when he says elves, I just use prestidigitation to make the sound of like footsteps going down the hall.
And he
That's
shits
not
himself.
prestidigitation.
No.
Prestidigitation
No,
can
that'll be
make.
thaumaturgy.
Nope.
Prestidigitation can do it
You
too.
fucking tell me what prestidigitation is. Do you remember 6?
Intimately.
You can create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of wind, faint musical notes, or a odd colour.
An odd colour.
Odd colour. I am going to make things.
Thaumaturgy.
Brownish gold.
Yeah, so it's a bit like making a
Puce.
separating thing of device.
Thaumaturgy is more showy.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy is just cleric prestidigitation, and
Without the
druidcraft
cleaning.
is just druid prestidigitation.
Well, no.
Sorry?
You wanted to be like really
Well, no,
dramatic.
because
You wanted to do like
druidcraft
yeah,
can
or,
make
like, you wanted to do a
actual
flashback
stuff.
So everything's in secret.
You can make actual stuff with prestidigitation.
Anyway,
You
how long
create
have
a
we been-
non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that you can take in your hand.
How long have we been resting?
Now? About an hour.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Mm.
Do you want to actually get down to a proper rest?
You know, everyone's got to go to sleep. It's like Minecraft, unless everyone's in bed.
Do you want to settle down for a proper rest? Because we can take a break here if you want.
I think it would make
Yeah,
sense.
that's
We're not
sense.
going to do anything for a while, and Ariana's
I'm
been
not
great.
willing. Yeah, I'm not
Sepsis
willing
is
to
done
make
playing
any
with his
big
sack.
risks until I've got more hit points.
Sepsis isn't playing with his sack anymore. Ace is done playing with poo. I'm an hour ahead on
Okay.
napping, and Ariana's an hour ahead and doing drugs and
Cool.
making Frank
I'm napping.
and napping on and off.
Okay. So you guys want to settle down for a proper rest?
To give it a go, unless it disturbs me, Frank. Yeah.
No, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, we're going to take a break here.
That sounds
We'll be back probably about, give it just under 20 minutes, say 1:30. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching.
Back soon, friend.
Sorry.
Hi! We're back.
Hello.
Aloha.
Sorry, like for the last 5 minutes, all I've been doing, and I want to do a shout out for this, even though I absolutely know they're not watching. We have, from the wonderful them playing Ace Kovac, had our Christmas presents this evening, a very early Christmas present, and it was an absolutely stunning set of dice each, and they are gorgeous. And I don't know if the camera quality's actually not that bad. They're all pretty much see-through. They've got like gold leaf all the way through them, and each one is unique. The colours are outstanding.
I can't tell
And
you if that's in focus.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute.
but they are absolutely gorgeous. And if anyone wants to know where to get them, go onto Etsy and go to, all one word, Blink Dog Dice. Stunning, very reasonably priced apparently. Haven't actually checked out the store myself.
No, they
but
are. I checked.
as I mentioned it, everyone else did. So yeah, Blink Dog Dice. Not a sponsor, but they are friends of ours, great people. And yeah, we literally just found out
That's
that
not
they
in
have.
focus at all.
No, we literally just found out that they have an online store for dice. So please go check out Blink Dog Dice on Etsy.
And then they occasionally have custom sets that they've made themselves as well.
Yes, go check those out because these dice are amazing, and I'm going to check them out when I have money.
They're real pretty.
And let's be honest, anyone who plays Dungeons and Dragons loves dice.
Yes, we need dice.
Just
Taking
like
the lucky
it's a problem.
make
Some,
feel good.
some of us may love dice
Some of us got in trouble.
slightly too much. Some of us may have had a little bit of a telling off. Some of us may be on a little bit of a dice buying break.
Some of them may not be
Is your New Year's resolution going to be, I will not buy any more dice?
I will not back the Dispel Dice Kickstarter a second time.
Well,
So,
In fairness to me, right, just want to say
in
We
fairness,
have got time.
that I did
they're real pretty.
back them with for 2 sets so that Charlie could have one as well.
And that's very sweet, but it was a lot of money.
Mm.
They're very nice.
Anyway,
So pretty.
Okay, so your rest is incredibly uneventful.
Oh, can we mark that we've
Can
had
I
a long
take it?
rest then?
You can all mark.
oh, spell slots.
Well, they fully are not rushing for that ink, are they?
I'd super only used one spell slot. What happened with the rest of you in that last fight?
I used so many.
I got wailed on by a zombie.
Also, none of my spells worked.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was good.
I only have 2 anyway.
Spell slots.
Artificer. A lot of my stuff's other.
Oh, I have 3.
Ooh.
I think you had 3 as well. Right? 3 spell slots.
Yeah, I got 3.
The end of your long rest is not signified by you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. The end of your long rest, at least for you two, is signified by
A ding as we level up.
the sounds of many sets of feet walking in your direction,
Oh dear.
marching in your direction.
I grab Oriana and shake her by the shoulder. Said, people coming right.
Okay, let's get
The feet stop. The door is knocked before being opened from the outside, and in walks the sheriff.
It's a good job I'm decent, Sheriff. You didn't give me time to answer.
I've seen it all before. Anyway, if
He wasn't
you
even doing it during the intermission.
if you would please sit, both of them
I was
Anywhere in
already
particular?
sitting.
at the table, and he pulls a chair opposite the 2 other chairs and sits down.
Sit on the chair.
I was sitting in the corner of the room, like just on the floor, and unless he specifically tells me to, I'm not going to move from there.
At the table, please.
Like,
Before Ariana sits down, she spins the chair around so she sits backwards on it.
Because of the tail.
I sit on the chair like a normal person.
Yeah, but like a child perched on the edge with
Yeah,
your little
like
feet
I
tucked up.
have to sort of climb up onto the chair.
That was mildly cute.
Hang on, have any of you seen The Vampire's Apprentice?
No.
I've seen The Magician's Apprentice. Charlie stopped watching it halfway through because she hates Nick Cage because she's a bad person.
Nick Cage is a terrible person.
No, Nick Cage is the best.
My
Anyway,
mother loves
it's
him,
not.
I
It's
can't
not.
get
It's
into
not.
it.
It's not about. It's not about how Nick Cage was once a god and there's no.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Nick Cage is
So,
a national treasure.
can you get reverse inspiration?
I
Just
don't
get
pro-
him disadvantage on his next roll.
I get to choose which role gets disadvantage. Right. Okay.
I don't consent to this.
No. And he, we have been in contact with Melkor. In fact, no, we're missing. And you can see outside the window, outside the door, there are about 5 guards.
So I prefer if they're outside the window.
And they're not-
just like flying.
They're not like
Or
prison
like
guards. These are guards
Guards.
from outside.
City guards.
Guards.
One of you send for the slaves. Yes, so I have spoken to Melkor.
Oh, good. I'm sure this has all been cleared up. Then does that mean we can leave?
As soon as you give the same answers he does, yeah.
It's a good thing I've got my hood up.
So, you both came to the city quite recently.
Yeah.
And were told that Melkor had slaves for you.
Yeah.
How long did he say you'd owned them?
I don't think he gave us a particular time, just that they wouldn't be ours.
I'm not interested in the details of dealing with lesser races.
He can have them back whenever he pleases.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check. Both with advantage, both. In fact, no. You can choose which one of your rolls with advantage.
What's your plus?
4.
Go for it.
Oh, plus 6 even.
Definitely go for it. And more deception. That's 22.
22.
22. Oh, very well. You came to town because you wish to travel.
We've lived a reasonably sheltered life so far, and I'd like to see a bit more.
Very well. And you came from... I forget. What town are you from?
Didn't we go over this with Malcolm?
We did.
We did.
Do we remember?
They make a history check to
Did
remember
you write
what.
it down?
I wrote a lot of things down, my dude. You talk fast.
Isn't that the job of the DM? It has to be said.
What,
Roll
to
an
talk
intelligence-
fast?
roll
No,
an
you're
intelligence check.
No, I think you're thinking of auctioneers or horse racing
Can
commentators.
Sepsis also roll the intelligence check?
Yeah, Sepsis is an intelligent boy.
Lovely.
Boy, B-O-I.
Yeah,
is
that's
a
right.
gender neutral term as well.
Yeah, when I say Ace is being a good
Well.
boy TM, it's
Yeah.
EOI.
Sorry, am I rolling history or just straight up intelligence? They're both just 2. I don't know why I asked. Oh, 20.
20.
Yeah.
You remember that you came in from Charlene on a boat into Porthtowl.
Yeah.
And travelled west from there.
Yeah, there's Shalom, a boat west from there.
Very good.
This is terrifying.
Much frightened.
My
Okay.
tail is starting to flick around and play with things on the table. And it just looks distracting him.
He doesn't pay any
No.
attention to it at all. And in fact, the next question can wait. While all this is going on, you do hear quite a few footsteps
My squirrel disappears into my hand.
approaching the door, and the door is opened. And most recent acquisitions.
Yes.
That's us.
Oh.
We get up and walk over.
You're wanted.
Okay. Yeah, so I sort of like make eyes
And they
at
hold
the
out.
others.
Again, the leashes.
Okay. We will present our colours to them.
As I'm doing I do that to the kids behind me and wave. And drop another 2 ration bars onto the floor. Hopefully surreptitiously.
Are we just like waiting in silence? We're just sitting around the table with this guy. It's just like super awkward.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, rather than dropping them behind me, sorry, I know
Yeah,
this
go
isn't
ahead,
the relevant
go.
part. Rather than dropping it behind me, as we walk out, I'm going to drop them just to the side of the door, so they're like outside. Rather than, I think that's
Yeah.
obvious.
As
No.
you're waiting, he calls for 3 drinks to be brought.
Okay, I'm just gonna say to him in the silence, like, I couldn't help noticing that the cell occupied is the cell opposite us is occupied by a human. The smell is quite unpleasant.
Yes, but we have good reason to have him kept there. Have you spoken much?
No, of course I wouldn't speak to a human. They're disgusting.
Doubt he has anything intelligent to say.
Isn't it a little cruel to keep us opposite someone such as him?
You are currently prisoners. This is a prison.
I know, but we're not humans.
I mean, sepsis, they have to let it go at some point, don't they?
Yes, but it's just very
If-
distasteful to
If
be
you
around
are, if I allow you to leave, then you will not have to bear the smell much longer.
them. No, but it feels like we're being treated as his equals.
Sepsis, please.
And you hear footsteps from the corridor behind as you two are brought upstairs and into the room. And he cocks his ear like he's listening to them being brought into the room. Very shortly afterwards, someone comes in and places 3 drinks. It's just water down on the table in front of him. One in front of him, one in front of you, one in front of you. Nothing is brought for these 2.
I sniff the water.
I go and stand behind Oriana, looking subdued.
if you could ask your slaves how long they've been owned by Melkor.
How long have you been owned by Melkor?
I ask you in Gnomish.
Yeah. Interesting choice.
The language I can think of that 3 of us know.
I don't know if I know
Don't you?
Gnomish actually.
2 of us know.
In the common tongue, if you will. I know they speak it. They dared to do so in my presence before.
They're unruly, but they weren't ours to train.
The problem a lot of us have come across.
I ask again in common.
My lady, I'm not particularly educated in the passing of time. A number of seasons have passed. I haven't kept track. It's not my place to.
I'm sure you don't need me to repeat it back and you are capable of hearing.
I don't do that. That's kept entirely to myself.
Yes, these ears are quite perceptive. It's not a very clear answer, though. All right. Question for all
from them. They're not very intelligent.
Quite. A question for all of
I
you
do my
then.
best to look stupid.
Why were you under the docks?
You see, we told you about the small boy and the rats,
Yeah.
and we had to kill 3 of the rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out they didn't like that,
Of course they did.
so they came looking for us.
And
I
I'm
just-
assuming you killed more.
No, there were too
You
many.
see, what I didn't want to happen is get stuck in a stupid situation where we kill one of them, then they try to kill one of us, so we kill them, so they tried to kill us, so we came up with a bargain instead. The spider had been killing some of them, so we got rid of the spider. They leave us alone.
So you entered into a pact with the criminal underbelly of the city.
We arranged a truce of sorts.
That also, I believe, helped you, because now it means there's no spider coming after you. I mean, you had one of your guards.
It seemed that it was the only way to escape from a cycle of
Which-
escalating violence.
Slightly embarrassing that one of your guards got caught by a spider.
I know.
I continue to look gormless as fuck.
Yes, and my son has been chastised and dealt with.
Oh boy.
Thank you, by the way, for saving his life.
I'm going to do it again.
Actually, the spider wasn't really that tough. It was pretty easy fight.
It's enough, Celsius.
Oh no, yes, sorry. I should try to be as civil as you.
Nobody has ever said I'm civil. But again, we would do it again.
Is your son quite recovered from the spider's intoxicating bite?
Yes, it took about an hour. We woke him, but he seemed unable to move. We had no one there who could remove the poison, but after maybe 45 minutes he roused himself.
When this
He became aroused.
when this unpleasant misunderstanding is cleared up, I would like to perhaps visit your son. I have an interest in the long-term effects of such substances.
You are clerical?
Just studious.
Ah, yes. Well, so let me get this straight. The rat folk had an issue with the spider.
Yes.
Apparently the spider eats rat folk.
As well as some other people around the town.
Yes.
Yes, we had heard about people going missing near the docks, but
That won't be happening anymore.
as usual, we have gone to the house of the owners of the crypt that the spider was apparently guarding. They have fled.
Oh. Oh.
But what you're saying is that the rat folk had an issue with this spider killing many of them. So the rat folk frequent that part of the dock.
As far as I know.
Which is potentially where they are smuggling their goods through.
And through all of this, you've gotten some information. I had no idea they were smuggling anything, but there
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank you for that information.
Yes, well, we can be very useful when we're not
And do we sound like a group of runaways?
locked away.
Would runaways get involved in such stuff that would draw so much attention to them?
No, you are right, and with the paperwork that Narcor provided for your slaves, I do not yet believe you are the people my superiors are looking for. However, I do ask that until this matter is cleared up, or until you earn your papers, you do not leave the city.
We can't leave them without papers anyway.
I assume,
There are those who have tried.
There's still so much here to learn.
I assure you, Sheriff, we want nothing more than to be of use to you.
And that is where my next request comes in. I would have you leave here now and go further, deeper into these sewers. Disrupt the right folks' plans. And I will see you on your way to your papers.
By disrupt,
the-
do you mean kill them all?
If that is what it takes, yeah. Or just destroy the
Smuggling
illegal cargo.
operation.
What are they smuggling?
People? Well, you say people.
You mean
They're
like
people.
their people?
Any
Um,
notes?
and by smuggling as in getting them out of the city to go away?
I do not know or care. But
But you wanted to stop?
they are paid a great deal of money for this notion of freedom that their people have. But if you know your history, we all know what happened the last time they had freedom.
Terrible tragedies.
Yes. But yes, if you gather what you need, you! And the man comes in and he brings all of your equipment.
Does that include ours?
Mhm.
I'm not asking him, I'm asking you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't dare ask it.
All of your equipment.
Oriana picks up her 2 daggers and go, I don't even really use these. And then just shifts them all just tap on her back.
Which you slept with, you absolute brute.
No, I picked it up and went to interview. That's why we sit backwards on the tray for my tail and for my quarterstaff.
It's just sexier.
I guess that takes their one dagger that they throw into the boat.
Oh, Sheriff, I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Use of magic. It requires a license?
Outside these walls, but you, if you do so on this mission, you are working under the license with the sheriff. Within the city boundaries.
Good to know.
You may use magic.
Yeah,
And
of
your
course.
friend.
Yes.
And of course, not them.
Of course not. Who would teach magic to a human?
They just
Could they even learn?
they carry stuff for me.
It is, that's an issue I don't need to bother you with.
They've never seen
Ace is being
capable.
like really quietly impressed by how like convincing you're being.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. Still looking like a complete dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's really hard for sepsis to pretend to have any kind of disdain for humans.
And anyone else?
Doesn't know
Well,
that.
Ace.
yeah,
I
no,
look
I
at my
got it.
watch and I'm like, well, it's mid-afternoon?
Yes.
Do we have to go down sewers now?
Their smuggling operation seems to be more
Yes.
active at night.
Let's get tonight. That
Yes.
makes sense. Cover of dark. Luckily I can see in the dark.
The rat folk like the dark, I think.
Yes, unfortunately your slaves may be more of an issue, but of course that's what these shields are for.
They'll make do.
What's
the worst that could happen?
exactly.
A couple of humans
You'd
get
have, to,
killed.
you'd have to get 2 more.
And that's just costly.
But anyway, thank you for answering my questions. I apologise if I haven't kept you so long, but it took a while to clear it up. And
Only doing your job, Sheriff.
yes, they will. My guards will see you out. I have questions for your neighbour.
Pass on my regards to your son
And mine.
I will.
and my.
And you can see him as he stands to step out of the room. He takes a sheaf of papers out of his pack. As he walks out of the room.
Is there anything I can see about those papers?
Not from where you are.
Can I? Oh no, I'm with sepsis. That wouldn't make sense. But just one question: can I see the guy behind the window? Can I see him?
His door has been opened, and as the sheriff walks out and turns left, two guards take Tristan's arms, and as you can see now, he's brought out. He's got like a wild mop of like browny ginger hair. He's like, but he's completely. No, it's straight, but it's like.
It's your hair.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's clean shaven. Tristan's he looks maybe 20, but he just looks a lot older around the eyes.
Fascinating hair on that thing.
He's a skinny man, and he just gets taken off up the corridor. And you can see as he's going, he's kind of leaning back in the door, like eyeing Oriana up and down.
I stick my head out the door and just.
Is anyone looking directly at me while he's looking at Ariana? No? In which case I just wink at him as he walks off. I don't know him, but he's a human and he's in captivity, so why the hell not? Yeah.
Right, well then, let's go. We've got to get to the sewers.
Yes, quite. With the other guards. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yoring. Any gestures to your slave?
Yes.
Yeah.
I told you I'd get it to you eventually. And just walks off with a smirk on his face.
As he walks away, and Ariana goes, I wonder if he takes that long with his partner.
I cast prestidigitation.
The other male guard standing next to you goes, no, it's over and done with quite quickly actually, and just keeps on walking.
I cast prestidigitation and soil the hem of that guard's cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other guards? Like, are there any?
There are
those guys the only guys left, or
there are about 3 or 4 other guards outside as you leave.
Okay, just as we leave, then I point to the dirty cloak of the guard walking away and say,
What's a lucky boy?
"Are those? Is that within uniform standards around here? That's very sloppy."
Yes, but he's in command.
Of the whole army?
No, just at the 4 of us. But I suppose someone could report him. And there is a glint in the guy's eye as he continues to escort you out of the prison. And you are taken out of the prison. And outside is it's a very strange contraption. You've not seen one before. It's a carriage, but the front of it looks like a very well appointed, if slightly run down coach. On the back of it is a open backed trailer that looks like it should have maybe a cage over the top of it. And out of the carriage in front steps Malcolm. And you can see his like huge form unwinding and just getting out of the carriage, and the carriage kind of rocks as he steps down off it. Sorry, everything took so long.
That's okay, dear.
After you, you two in the back.
I don't respond.
Yeah, we just go.
Go and sit in the back.
I get into the carriage.
Thank you very much. And nods at the guards as they're kind of standing there. Thank you very much for taking such good care of my companions. And as he kind of like very sheepishly kind of steps back, very deftly though, backwards without looking into the carriage, and shuts the door, and then draws the curtains, and the carriage moves off.
Can I turn to Ace? Can anyone hear us now?
He actually then opens the back curtain, and the back curtain is the back window is quite large, and it comes up so you can just see your 2 heads kind of looking in.
I could smoke a forest.
Fuck me, it was a long day.
I've got
Still have some mushrooms.
more.
I'm covered in
That
so
has
much
happened.
filth.
Oh, I won't be able to do that just yet. We've got to go down to the sewers
I have
again.
put on my shoes.
Long
Or-
time to wait.
There's no point in cleaning up now for me then.
You are the first people I'm acquainted with who have got in and out of that prison.
Oh, we met Tristan,
Yeah.
How is he?
living the life of luxury.
Apparently happier inside.
We
He's
did
a
ask
clever
him.
boy.
We did ask him if he'd want
And
to
you
leave.
too.
I have poo on my shoes. There are children in cells down in the bottom that have done nothing
Yes.
wrong.
They still live.
Yes.
The humans taken inside, they still live.
Yes.
How many are there?
Roughly how many were there?
50?
More than that.
How many children?
20? Is that about right?
Yeah.
About 20?
Exits.
Just the one.
One hole full of shit.
Yeah.
It's
Where?
about...
Where in that building?
I can draw you a map. I actually can.
Very well.
I sit there and start scribbling. I pull out a piece of paper and I will
Yeah.
draw a rough map of the route we took to get in
I
there.
how
made
many
the
exits?
I made the back exit a little. There's one. There's the entryway where you come through, where the guards bring you, and then there is the poop chute that goes down into a dark cavern. But we're not quite sure what's down there. I did make the hole
No
slightly bigger so it
idea.
can fit a person now, though.
We have beds and a table, and how can they treat people so differently?
I don't know.
The children there said that they weren't really classed as citizens so much as
They were
property.
starving. We gave them most of our rations.
Malcolm.
I will repay everything you have given.
No, it's okay.
Malcolm.
Yes.
I see your mind racing.
Oh,
I
please
don't-
don't do a prison break.
It's not going to be expedient.
We have another
have-
pickle.
A small problem in that the sheriff knows about the rat folk smuggling humans and has tasked us with disrupting that trade.
Wouldn't it be great if when we got down there was nothing to find?
How does he want it disrupted?
We kill all the rats.
Or, no, he did say, or just find
Just-
some other way to stop it.
He said, or destroy the cargo.
Of course he did.
Now, wouldn't it just be a horrible coincidence if we got there and somebody had already tipped them off?
That would be very suspicious.
It would be, we would
It
need to
would be-
disrupt something.
It would be much more expedient to go down there and kill the rats.
point to
Not
kill
great
the
for the
spider
rats,
was
though.
Is he serious?
Yes. This
Yeah.
is how he intends for us to get our papers. So this is the task he's given us. Now he knows about. So we had to explain why we were down there in the first place. So we had to explain about smuggling. From that he inferred that this was where the smuggling operation was taking place and has tasked us to disrupt it. I'm sorry, we did our best. Obviously, we were trying to get out of prison at the time. So, yeah. And I hand him a map of the bottom floor of the prison.
We are going to have to either
I can roll.
kill the rats or destroy the cargo. And I presume that destroying the cargo is not something that everyone here would consider to be an option.
I don't necessarily want to upset the rats again.
They seem less precious.
You see, in the same way that everyone thinks humans are less precious.
They seem less precious to Melkor's operation.
Yeah,
Precious
still
to the
putting
rest of
one
the world,
above
more
another.
precious than humans. It's not fair to destroy the rats. They haven't done anything wrong, and as far
No,
as
they're
I'm
trying to
concerned,
help.
When are you expected?
Apart from, do you remember that they kidnapped a child and they were going to sacrifice it to
Yes,
And
some...
by
good
all
and
means, you
bad
said they were
instead.
being idiots and were never going to succeed anyway.
That
They
was.
still they would have succeeded in killing the child.
That was, and they have apologised and decided to take on this cargo for free. That was a subsect of ratfolk who believed that they could use one child's life to gain power over the rest of the ratfolk. You stopped them.
I recognise the...
Even though they asked you to pay the blood price, you are thanked by them.
Can I ask one thing? Do you want me to roll a dex check for the map I drew?
No, performance check.
Huh?
Performance.
Performance check? What, for a map?
That's charisma based, like that can't be right.
Yeah, because
surely.
I'm not good at performance, but I am an artist.
Yeah.
So should we have a dex?
Yeah.
with proficiency.
I would have said it would be either dex or like intelligence. Like, what was cartographers?
Surely it would be dex with proficiency.
Do you have proficiency in cartographers tools?
Yeah.
Well, no, I've got proficiency with calligraphy supplies, forgery kits, thieves' tools, but I can work out a rough map. Surely.
I mean, I'm not going to argue against you. All I'm going to say is I have proficiency with calligraphy supplies, but I can't draw for fucking shit.
Doesn't matter. It's an 8. It's a rough map. If it's dex, it's an 8. If it's performance,
sorry,
it's
I don't mean that sepsis does. I mean,
No,
yes,
Greg in real life is real good at the writing.
no, I'm not. I do know how the tools work.
So we have until nightfall to work out something.
Tonight.
Yes.
not much time.
I'm sorry. What's? I don't see
Sepsis?
that there's a dilemma here because
Sepsis?
Yes.
Just let us talk about a different option, even if it's just fancy.
Okay. I just.
Get it? You want to kill the rat people?
No, I don't. I don't have any interest in killing the rat people, but I do want to try and make the pragmatic point, if I may be allowed to speak, that it's us or them. And personally, I'm not interested in it being us. Maybe I've joined some sort of suicide cult, in which case I would like to resign my membership. But at the moment, it seems like we can kill the rat folk, or the sheriff will know that we're involved with them and then kill us.
Can I query something? The people who were in the house that owned the spider.
Dampan.
Dan, thank you.
The
They
sheriff said
appear to
they
have fled after the spider was removed. Did they have any issue with the rat folk?
No, there seemed to be a lot of interest around their house, and I don't think they appear like that.
Shame. I was hoping they could have perhaps destroyed the operation before we got there or something.
I have a suggestion.
I'm all ears. Not as much as an elf, but I'm somewhat here.
I think that's racist.
I don't care.
I'm going to use that.
Thank you.
Right. What if I got the rat folk to agree to putting on a bit of a show
Okay.
wherein it looks like you've destroyed part of their operation, but it's just a distraction.
Would the rat folk give up some of their own? It's not going to be very believable without corpses.
They kill each other as quickly as they breed.
And yet they come knocking for blood feuds.
Unless they kill the elderly. Some races do that.
We wouldn't. I don't think that the sheriff is going to go down there personally and check our work. Maybe we could get away with taking a few ears
Interesting.
or fingers.
I feel like he's like somebody that would go down and check, or send somebody down to check.
Well, as long as
What do
the
you think? You know
operation
him better.
is.
Well, the last person he sent down into the sewers to find out what problem
Was
was
his
his
son?
son.
It seemed to go very well. I think his son might be some sort of idiot.
If we use it as a distraction, I believe the rat folk, they're better with the warrens and the cave systems around underneath the city. If there is an entrance into I suppose the latrine cave that they've made, you can get them out.
Get the people out.
Yes.
Seems like an unnecessary risk.
No, it doesn't. These are my people. I would like...
But I need Tristan too.
If you don't want to help, you can
You need
stay
Tristan.
back at the safe place.
Malka, how on earth are we going to get Tristan out of the prison?
He doesn't.
You
want
want to
to
get...
leave.
Oh, you want to get the people out of the... You want to get the children out of the bottom floor. We can try, and that's okay, but I don't think that Tristan is on a different floor. He is not in with the children. He is in
He
the
also
nice
wants to
suites.
stay.
I don't know about
He's
that.
very important to
He's-
their plans.
What
He-
plans?
Let's maybe
Well, that's for
be
another
somewhere
time.
completely safe before we talk about that.
Very well. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. I need to speak to the rat folk.
Alright, if we go back to the workhouse,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's called, right?
Workplace.
The workplace, thank you, not the workhouse. Oh boy, that's a bit dark. If we go back to the workplace and we wait downstairs, I would like to have a shower or a bath.
Very well.
I'll get things ready for tonight.
Literally coated in shit.
If you could be back before nightfall to let us know.
Of course.
We'll come up with a plan. It'll be okay,
And he
Ariana.
punches the ceiling, and the carriage comes to a sudden stop.
Who's driving the carriage?
No, there's one of his human guards is on top.
I'm gonna go smoke.
And he jumps out.
Are we by the workhouse or are we? Oh no, it's going to take us
Yeah.
back to the right.
And as he jumps out, he kind of just nods to you all.
Please consider my plan.
Definitely.
I want
We
to
can
get the
save
children.
many lives.
I would like to get the children out. Believe me.
And he closes the door, and the carriage moves on.
Ariana, you don't understand how disgusting this place is. It is literally a hole full of shit in the ground.
Then we get them out if we can.
We can't save everybody. I'm sorry. I know that maybe you think that I'm being
No, I think
callous,
you're being pragmatic.
but the rat folk already have a cargo. Aside from putting us in danger, you're putting them in danger if we add more steps to the plan.
Hmm?
The simpler the plan is, the more likely to succeed.
Sepsis.
Whose side are you on?
Who's on? They're on.
I'm on our side.
Sepsis. There is a 9-year-old boy in there who is leading the other children and has no hope of escape. Unless somebody buys him.
I don't want to be that boy.
You won't. You're not human.
No.
You are fine, but I am not, and I'm still willing to put my neck out because it's the right thing to do. Doing the right thing, even if it kills everybody in the process. I have a hoodie with that on. Chaotic good.
If you don't want to come, then stay at the workplace.
I think I'm no safer if you go without me and fail, as it will be traced back. But Dice.
Yes?
You very much want to do good.
Usually.
Ace is the same.
It's even more so than me.
Ariana seems to share this desire.
I don't even necessarily want to do good. I just want to do what's going to get me where I want to go without hurting too many other people.
Well, where do you want to go? Is it to the executioner's block? Because the more people that we try to save in this plan.
My head would look pretty on a spike.
The thing is, Sepsis, I would rather go out fighting to improve things for the human race, which is ridiculous, by the way. The way they are treated, they are like cows.
Sure. Dice, at the moment, we have very little power. We aren't strong. We aren't respected. We don't have influence. We don't have many allies. If we die tomorrow or tonight fighting for a lost cause, who will do this work in the future? Isn't it better and wiser and more courageous to conserve strength so that you can make a greater difference later?
Sometimes I don't know how to break this to you, but no matter what you say, we're doing this.
Hang on. That's all true. But what if we can do it with very little risk to ourselves?
If we could do it with very little risk to ourselves, I wouldn't be arguing against it.
We don't know what the plan is yet, and we don't know how to get into the underside of the prison. It may just be that they escaped. It doesn't have to lead back to us. And more importantly, there's no reason it would lead back to us. We're dealing with the rats. We are somewhere else entirely.
And if
We
humans are being
arrange-
sold out today on the average, any human could give a rough idea of how to get in there.
Also, they have told us no one notices if
You're
people
talking
drop down.
about breaking a large number, reviled and and apparently dangerous people out of a prison, and you think it's not going to carry risk. If it didn't carry risk,
I don't know
they
they're
wouldn't
dangerous.
they wouldn't be sending us to do it.
Why do you think that they're dangerous?
No, I don't think that they're dangerous, but the elves do.
So a lot of them won't go. We're looking at freeing the children. That's what Melkor wants. Not the adults, not the parents or anything else. If they want to escape on their own time later, that's fine. This is just the children. That's all I'm willing to go in for.
If you were in that cage without Melkor to come and help you, as the people in there are, and you saw someone break a hole in the wall and say, "Okay, just the children, please. Can everyone else just wait until later? I'm sure you'll definitely escape. Everything will be fine. But don't try to escape right now because that would put this whole operation at risk." Would you stay quietly,
Not everyone.
or
is
would
that
you
selfish.
riot and charge for the exit? Because that's what I think.
So they're about to
Most
charge for the
people-
exit. Some of them get killed, some of them escape. That's
We
not
get-
on us.
We get caught, we get executed.
No, we set up the way out and we get out of there.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, Santos. I don't plan on holding hands and walking people out of there.
That's Melkor's job. If
The
that's what he
carriage
wants to do.
stops as you speak.
We all go silent, I
Let
presume.
me continue this inside and downstairs. Get out of the carriage.
And you are right outside the book.
I
Go
have pulled
straight
my
to the
shoes.
bar.
I go in and go downstairs.
There's a tabaxi behind the bar.
I go in and go downstairs.
And she kind of smiles at you as you approach.
Something really strong.
As me and Sepsis walk off, I go, "Do you ever think Ariana has a drinking problem?"
Chugs it down.
And it burns.
No, she
Roll
seems
a
quite
constitution
adept at
check.
it.
Constitution saving throw.
Ace is gonna
Please
join
throw up on the
Ariana
bar.
at the board.
Please throw up on the bar. Please throw up on the bar. Sorry, Ace.
20.
20.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You are. It's a very strong,
You have a
very
very strong
sweet
liver.
alcohol, but it burns all the way down.
Roll a liver
But-
check.
You can. You're
Roll a check for
dealing with it
cirrhosis.
quite well.
Rolling a liver save.
It's a nat one. I somehow rolled a 0 on a 20.
Ooh, you have scarring. You're going yellow.
Yeah, Ace is gonna join Ariana at the bar.
The tabaxi just kind of looks at you.
But behind.
But behind, yeah, not like next to her.
A drink for. Yeah.
She pulls out another bottle, and it's like covered in dust. Pours into a glass.
I presume not directly to me?
No, she passes it to her.
Yeah,
I'll just hand it back to you.
yeah. I sort of sniff it. What do I detect?
It's ale,
Okay.
sort
I'm
of.
gonna very tentatively drink it.
The other tabaxi kind of wanders over to you.
Yeah.
And, like from out of nowhere, takes the glass from you, and just looks at you, looks at her friend, and just shakes her head. Goes back behind the bar, and hands you a glass of the same liquor that she was given.
Okay. Oh no.
Down in.
Yeah, this is when I turn around like, please chug
Are
that.
my nose hairs just completely like
Mm.
obliterated
Mhm.
at like a slight?
Like the
window?
first time I drank neat
Or-
gin. It was a mistake.
Ace takes a
Take a
very
deep
deep
breath.
breath and just downs it in one.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, that's not going to end well. Let's try.
You should have a good con.
Yeah, you're a pally.
Yeah, 18.
Again, it's very, very sweet. Burns a lot, but you're handling okay for now.
I bro fist you.
You go downstairs, stay in the bar. There's not many people in the bar.
Yeah.
Tyson and I have already gone downstairs to
Mm.
continue the conversation.
To
with
continue
them.
our argument quietly.
You can go downstairs if you like, Ace, but I'm going to sit up here for just a couple of more minutes.
And then Ace is going to go downstairs then.
Okay. We're having an argument that you've missed.
Okay.
We're having an argument. Malcolm
Yeah,
wants
sorry, I
us
was
to-
having a bit of a tummy episode.
That's right, it's fine. So Malcolm wants us to try and free the people in the human.
Yeah,
prison.
so he's suggesting that we stage like a bit of
breakout.
performance with the rat folk, where we make it look like we disrupted their
Yeah.
operation, but like the cargo, the people that they're smuggling get away, and so do the rat folk. And he suggested that we might be able to kill one or two of them, or like take ears or something.
I was here for like kill the elderly.
Yeah, and then he also tacked onto that we should break the children in the cell that you were in out through that
Well,
shoot.
in my absence, just assume that Ace would have been with
Yeah,
dice on
I
that.
think
Yeah.
we were assuming that.
Yeah.
And we put on that assumption. That's where we're at. We're having a bit of a row about
That's
it.
where Dice and Sepsis still are, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You start.
Okay. I walk in.
Listen,
You start being my one.
Okay.
I walk in and I go and get some water from the jug by the fire.
Okay. Sepsis. Are any of the children downstairs?
Most of them.
Yes. Okay. Great. Sepsis calls one over.
Oh Jesus!
A small boy comes over.
I say.
Yes, master.
And I say, what's your name?
My name is Di, master.
Die.
Di.
Yeah, Di the milk. I say, Di.
Master.
Could you? I'm going to ask you an upsetting question.
Yeah.
You need to. I need you to tell my friend Dice here
Yeah.
what would happen to you and all of your brothers and sisters if Melkor did something very reckless and got himself killed.
He has. Father has made provisions for us all to be looked after in the event of his death.
What if in the process of getting himself killed, those provisions were discovered?
Then we would all probably be dead.
Thank you, Di.
How would he get himself killed though?
Go away, Di.
Ace sort of like just like
Yes.
My friend is concerned about things, but it is not for you to worry about. They should not have brought you into it.
Is his father in trouble?
Not at all.
This is important, Dice.
It is, but bringing children into it and worrying them about their father is probably not the best route forward.
You seem not to understand the gravity of
Glad
this.
Ariana wasn't downstairs.
You seem not to understand the gravity of the situation. I'm saying.
Come with me. And I'm going to drag Sepsis up to my room and shut the door so we're not disturbing the children anymore. I take Ace with me. I'm like, come with me.
Okay.
Come with me now.
After being bundled in,
Yeah.
I turn around and I say, I'm saying that if what you want to do is make a difference, then the way to do it is the way that Melkor does it. Quietly and underground, not by going out in a blaze of glory.
I understand that. But we haven't heard Melkor's idea for a plan yet. If it makes sense, then we do it. If it doesn't make sense and we can't do it safely, then we don't.
If it was something that could be done safely, they wouldn't be sending us Dice.
He didn't know they were still alive. He thought those children were dead. He said that. This is new information. We haven't got enough information to make a decision. I'm not saying we go in blindly and throw ourselves onto knives like martyrs. We're not stupid. None of us.
It
If there
doesn't,
is a way,
those kids would have a good chance. Sepsis.
it doesn't make sense to add steps to an already dangerous, already risky plan.
then perhaps we do it over a couple of nights. So we give it some time to settle.
The sheriff expects the work done tonight.
Not that. We do that side of it tonight. We free the children in a week or two.
Without the rats, there's no pipeline to get them out of the city.
Perhaps the rats can reroute their operation. Rather than closing it down, they can move it to another area of the city. We would not be expected to know about this. As far as we were concerned, it was shut down.
The sheriff found out about the operation the first time. If it moves, he'll find out about it again.
But after how long? How long had the operation been running when the sheriff found out about it?
If he finds out about it again, if it's quicker, and if he concludes that we did not do what we told him we did, what effect will that have on our standing with the sheriff?
If All of this is if.
Yes.
We don't know enough yet to make this. I just spat my own laptop. iPad. We don't know enough yet to make this decision. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we are going to.
That's what a risk
Kill us.
is, Dice. It's an if. It's an if, and this one is not an if that we need.
Do you struggle with anxiety? You can overthink things to the point where you're going around in circles.
I don't struggle with anxiety. I struggle with a strong desire not to die or to let the people I rely on die.
Oh my god, you still have a poisonous snake up your sleeve.
Yes, don't you?
Sorry, I was just thinking about the prison and you had it up there all along and... I'm
Yes,
sorry,
well,
please carry on.
It's useful. Oh, that reminds me. And I cast animal friendship on the snake.
The snake's been quite calm around you anyway.
Cool.
And it's...
I just want to make sure it stays charmed.
You just want to make sure it's not going to bite you and run away.
That's a natural one, I must say.
that it probably doesn't add 12 to that, right?
No, it
Cool.
was fully charmed.
It's charmed.
Perhaps we speak to Melkor. We will put your concerns across. I am not dismissing them out of hand. I do not want you to feel that you don't have a contribution here. But please understand that if I can rescue these children, I would like to. Is that reasonable for now? Oh, Dice is not as fiery as Keeslin was.
No, but I can't change your mind.
Not immediately. If it proves that it is not feasibly possible, then I will let it go. I can't say the same for Ace. I can't speak for Ace. But if it's not possible without risking everyone's lives and those other children,
Yeah, I'm sort of sat quietly at the moment, but I think
if it's not possible, then it's not possible.
the best thing we can do is give those kids a chance at something. Because at the moment they don't have a chance of anything.
Unless they're bought. Which is interesting.
If you, Ace, if you get killed rescuing some strangers, what happens to me?
Well, we're not going to get killed. I have faith that we won't.
Damn paladins and their faith are really hard to argue with.
I don't share that faith.
It's okay. I believe enough for the both of us.
If something happened to you and you were put in prison, I would do anything within my power to rescue you. Because you're my friend and we've made that arrangement. I have promised I will protect you, and that means that I will go to the ends of the earth to do so. I have an automatic obligation to protect these children because they cannot protect themselves.
They're not your friends.
No, they're not. But they don't really have any friends, and I have always had a fondness for children.
And they were kind to us when we were
They just helped.
strangers.
In exchange for nothing?
We
Pretty
gave
much.
them information, but we didn't need to.
Actually, we gave them food.
No,
they gave
yeah,
us
we gave them
information.
some food. Sorry. But we didn't need to.
Yes. Did they have food before you came down there?
Yes. Yes, they did. Look, all we can do is wait for Melkor to come back.
Do we want to come back down?
Finds a small boy called Di crying on a table, thinking his dad's about
Yeah, I
to
put
be
no
killed.
says there's Gary down there.
Wow. Way to stitch me up.
How's he looking?
As you walk in, there are a few children kind of congregated around a small boy.
What outcome did you
He's
expect?
kind of looks very upset as they're off in one corner chatting. And as he talks to them, all of the other kids begin to look really upset as well, and they start
Head
to
up to the kids. What's going on? What's wrong?
we have been told by
What's going on? Is my come up?
your friend, mistress, that your father is in danger. He might die.
What friend? Which one?
The small one.
No, that's what a child would interpret it as. They're very simple.
Did they now?
Oh, that sounds harsh.
Look, your father's not in any trouble at all. He's perfectly fine.
Then why has he not returned? Where is he? He went looking for you and you've come back without him.
He picked us up. He met us. He's gone for a meeting with the rat folk.
But they're dangerous, aren't they?
Not to him. You've seen your father.
Which one did he go as? The little one or the big one? Oh, the big one. Alright. Are you sure?
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ariana's persuading everyone today.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the boobs advantage in this one.
No, but that is
That's a good roll.
25.
6. I thought that was a 19.
Yeah, plus.
Oh, it's plus 6, 25. Yeah.
25.
Alright.
Everything's going to be okay.
We'll wait for his return. Thank you.
Yes, that's no problem. Now go play or something, whatever you do.
Yeah, alright. Thank you.
Yeah, where is Honey?
Did you want food?
We left Honey with one of the kids.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, once it's ready, there's no rush.
Your bedroom is sleeping in my room.
That's perfectly fine.
He's
Ariana's
tired. We've
badger.
been chasing him around all day. And I had to tell the kids to stop it because he didn't seem like he liked it because he was getting a bit tired.
Yeah,
He's
just,
not a
just
beaver.
warn them that he can bite and it's quite nasty and he's only a baby at the moment.
Yeah, I know. When you look at his hand, it's fine. It's alright. I had a dog.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a dog.
Be better if he said, I had a wolf rabies.
I'll have food and drink, Paul.
Thank you.
And you roll this off.
Just sort of side-eyeing. Are you in a room?
Yeah, we're in Dice's room.
You're in Dice's room. I'm sort of just looking at all the bedroom doors.
Well, yours in Dice's room. You share, right?
Do I go in there and absolutely
Yeah,
murder the shit out of the
do.
little shit? Or... I don't know what room you're in.
Sorry. We're still having a conversation.
Was I able
so
to hear them like
Roll a
mumbling?
perception check.
I guess.
I just start opening doors. Like.
We're in your room. Like you don't need to.
13?
13,
You could have gone into your room.
Yeah.
You can hear them having
Sepsis' room. Are you kidding me?
a heated debate.
God knows what's in there. I'm not touching that shit with a temper podge.
I come in and I just swing the door open so it slams onto the wall
Okay.
and just stare at Sepsis.
Hello, Ariana. You're back.
You've been talking to the children.
I needed to make a very important point that Dice didn't seem to.
I'm going to set you on fire now.
Ariana?
You
And I got my hand.
Ariana?
The sepsis immediately stands behind Ace.
I also stand in front of Ace and Sepsis.
You've worried an entire group of children. They thought their father was going to die.
Ariana, you know Sepsis is not great with
With words? Yeah, I've noticed. It's getting really tiring.
Leave them alone.
It's maybe the drink
Sometimes
getting
they
to
make some good points.
I
It's
hope
maybe
you're
the
not.
drink getting to you at this point.
I hope you're not too tired because I believe we have a plan.
Ah, hello Malco. The children might be a bit traumatized. So, what is the plan?
No, I've spoken to them. They're all right.
Come, sit where you are, I suppose. And he closes the door behind
It
you.
was the quietest
And it's the
place.
little Malcolm.
Have you been to see the children?
They were all very affectionate as I came in.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Honestly,
There's
they're
an important
fine.
point and it needed to be made.
The rat folk were on their way here to meet me.
Okay.
Some of them anyway. They have one of their largest shipments, shall we say, going out tonight.
Alright.
So on one of the airships there's a captain who is not an elf and for quite a considerable amount of money will not ask any questions. This will be the last chance we can get this many people out at once, and I am loath to do this now, but we have a plan.
Okay. Tell us the plan, and Sepsis has impressed upon me the need for caution. So, forgive me, we are probably going to ask a lot of questions.
You will go down into the sewers and some of the rat folk will take you to where they believe this They can smell human feces, and they believe that there is a cave that stinks of human feces and excrement and waste that is not connected to the sewers as they know it. It's a winding maze of caves, but I'm sure even you, with your small pink noses, can follow the stink.
Rats have small pink noses too.
Winding maze of caves. How far?
It's in the sewers, it's not far. You'll be escorted through the sewers by the rats who'll be safe when you're down there.
Are they guarded near the prison?
I don't even believe that they're aware the cave may connect, even if it does. It may be a wild goose chase. None of the rats have ever been in there. Those who have not ever returned.
Now that's an interesting point.
What do you
When you
mean?
say not ever returned,
There is talk of a moving shadow that covers the rat folk that go in and they are never seen again.
Services catches Dice's eye and says, risk.
yes, but that is a manageable risk.
Risk. It risks the whole operation. If we don't survive, if we have a confrontation with someone,
While you're inside, the rat folk will create a lot of noise
everybody dies.
in different areas of the sewer to
Give the
noise that
impression
will be
of
heard
that.
above ground and will distract the guards, making them believe that you are down there causing havoc, but they'll create the noise away from the docks. The people, once you free the children, hopefully will be moved out, and they will collapse the sewers to the docks so we can never use that exit ever again.
So,
After the cargo has been loaded onto the airship and the airship is gone.
we need to make sure there is no way to link the escape of the children back to us. I don't care about the risk of the monster. Monsters do not scare me. But
How
sepsis
closely
is
are they
right.
monitored? You were there. How closely are they monitored?
Not at all. But if enough of them go down, the children will escape. But what is to say, as Sepsis rightly pointed out earlier, that the adults will not immediately follow because nobody wants to be trapped and mob mentality is a concern.
We'll
How
blame
many?
the rats.
How many? How many in that cage? In that cage?
In total,
Yeah.
Richard? 50.
Richard.
250, sorry?
Between 50
Between
and 60.
50 and 60 people.
There's no way to move between 50 and 60 people quietly.
No, we can move the children, but I do not think that we can move the adults.
There's no
And I'm
way.
pretty sure they're going to notice an empty cell.
There's no way to prevent the adults from coming along.
That's my concern. And Sepsis is as well. Can you pick up your dwarven wood stuff? Because the dog keeps stepping on it.
It's also
It's just real expensive.
Melkor. Let me make sure I understand. The rat folk already have a cargo, correct?
Yes. But some of the cargo got sick in transit and we could not get them help quick enough and they passed away.
So there are
Somewhat.
spaces.
But there are still people that the rat folk intend to get out of the city tonight.
There are.
Have you spoken to them?
No.
Their escape we're jeopardizing by adding this additional risk.
And they would do that for their people.
You haven't given them the opportunity to make that choice.
We can give them the opportunity tonight as you go down.
We can discuss it with the people.
It's not fair to. Is it fair to ask them? Is it fair to ask them to put their own escape, their own survival at risk?
It helps their chance of escape.
More chaos.
We're
How
causing
so?
a chaotic distraction further away from the docks.
As part of the rest of the plan where we are shutting down the operation away from the docks. We're making lots of noise, it gives them a chance to get out. It's a
It sounds
one-time
like
opportunity.
you're presuming success. It does that if we succeed. If we're killed or discovered, it dramatically cuts their chances.
Why haven't the rats approached the cave before? Because of the shadow. Okay.
We have
What do
no
we know
idea if
about-
that's something we can face or not.
What do we know about the shadow? Literally that nobody has come back.
Have they always gone alone?
You say only, well, I say nobody has come back in their entire memory. Maybe only 2 or 3 idiots have gone in.
Idiots.
And alone?
Yeah, see, this is the issue. We are not alone. The worst comes to the worst, we run like hell. If we can't deal with the shadow, we can't get the kids out. You stay at the back, you run like hell if you're not happy with the outcome, but I can guarantee that Ace would want to do this. Ace?
Yeah. This is I definitely want to give them a chance at something more than what they have right now, which is barely anything.
How many spaces?
10 adults, easily space for 20 children.
Which is
Space for
astonishing.
10 adults, or there are currently 10 adults?
Space for 10 adults.
How many people are currently waiting to be moved?
Just under 200.
What if the 200 people really?
200. We're risking 200 for 30.
So we discussed it with them. If they want to go ahead, then we will try the rest of the plan. If they do not, then we just go with the distraction, we get those people out.
If I gave you that choice, would you feel like you could actually make the choice to preserve your own life?
Yes, these people are scared. They will make a decision. A lot of people have the same self-preservation instincts you do. It's just I'm not one of them.
You wouldn't feel...
Not
you
everyone
would-
is selfish.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. If you were presented with this choice, you would feel that you had to choose to
So what
risk your
you're
life
saying
for others.
is that we could give them the choice, but they're going to make this decision anyway, so the decision is up to us. Now, if you ask me to make the decision now, I would like to try.
I'm saying that it's unfair to even present them with the responsibility for this. This isn't their fault. This isn't their fight.
So we don't give them the responsibility. We make the call.
The rat folk were going to make a distraction anyway. This is just a bigger distraction.
It's just another thing in addition to the plan, but it doesn't change the overall plan.
It's just an extra step.
And
Yeah.
overall, it is a small thing. People have gone down there and not been noticed by the gods. Presumably, they know that there is something at the bottom that eats people.
Will you help?
Actually, I would rather Milko did not. Sorry.
Can I roll? I know you're not supposed to say, can I roll insight? But I want to try and work out from Sepsis' point of view if there's anyone in the room who's even slightly swayed by their arguments.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like 4 insight checks?
No.
That's probably just the one. They're
You can
going
do
to
the one.
look around the room and try and read that. Yeah, that's 12.
If it helps, Dice is a little swayed by your argument. And you could probably see that without rolling.
Ace is
Nothing.
firmly set on,
Nothing from Ace, nothing from Ariana,
No.
presumably nothing from Melkor.
no.
Look. You don't know me. You don't owe me anything.
I do.
I have given you nothing more than a safe place to stay. And whatever you choose to do later, that safe place will not be taken away from you.
That safe place is an awful lot in this current climate.
Mm. As it turns out, we are basically the equivalent of lice.
You've taken in a group of people who have no idea about anything in this world and given them a home.
And a chance. You have given us a chance, which is something without you we would not have. So you
Without us, those children won't have.
It seems that we're coming.
Yeah.
If so, then we need to go now because the travel could be long.
Okay.
And you're staying here?
I will have to.
Yeah, no, I want you to.
We
This is
really want you as
Prince
far
Adam.
away as possible because, as Sepsis rightly pointed out earlier, there are other children who need you.
As far as I
That wasn't
will,
actually the point I was trying to
Oh no, I know.
as far as I will make them aware, if they ask, I guided you back to the docks and sent you in when we left
Yeah.
The gods
to
are
take on the red folk.
the gods are likely to be watching the dock tonight because they know we're going in. They know there is a smuggling operation and they suspect it is
Yes.
part of the
Then we
docks.
go into the docks.
And you will be.
Yes. No, we will be.
Well, that
But
gives
the
us our
people who are
alibi.
coming out, will they not be seen by the
The
increased guard?
distraction.
The distraction will be large enough. Trust me.
I could make most of the dock smell terrible, just if that helps.
Oh, I might even take my top off.
That would be very
And
distracting.
Ariana says that as she walks out of the room.
Guess it's just going to be like.
How much of a rush is there? We have to go right now.
Yeah.
How much time do you need?
Just,
Ariana's at the stairs.
I wouldn't mind 5 minutes to gather my things.
We can wait for you upstairs.
Sepsis, thank you. And I'll go upstairs and stand looking hopefully at the taxi.
Guy, as you wander out, is like holding like armfuls of like plates
Gotcha.
of food and stuff.
Oh.
Did you want to eat?
Oh, we've got to go out. I'm so sorry, Dad. You and the children have it.
If you've not already eaten.
If you've got anything
Okay.
unperishable.
And you see that there's like 4 tankards on the plate, and he goes, okay.
Yeah.
Guys.
So if there's anything not perishable, I wouldn't mind putting it in my pack.
This bread is hard baked, but it's quite good.
Take it and put it in my pack.
Turns out we need to go and spend some time. Not very nice places. Could you do me a favour? Apparently you are watching Honey.
Yes.
And I take Nuts out of my hair and put it on Di's head. Could you also watch Nuts? I don't want them to die.
Okay.
I have no idea if it's a girl or a boy. This is Nuts.
Oh, I know.
I was going to say I look as well.
It's a boy.
Yeah. He's
Honestly,
got nuts.
I have never looked at.
Why did you think I called him nuts?
I have never looked at his testicles. It just didn't occur to me.
Miss them.
And as you look now, they're massive.
You know, one of those things. This is as I walk up the stairs. You know, one of those things you always see and you never actually take any notice of, and you never think about it.
Research system.
So I found before I've had a gold ring and a wand, and I just want to go into Sepsis's room, cut a hole in the mattress, and ram that shit in there as far as I possibly
Cool.
can.
God, Sepsis is
Store
a
them.
freaking weirdo. I love it. That.
Store them.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to work out what they are, what they do, but
Another time.
I'm guessing that's probably like a short or long rest kind of activity.
I can do it if you give me 10 minutes.
You don't know that they exist.
I know. You're a pain in the ass.
Okay.
So.
So you eventually make your way upstairs?
To the docks.
Oh yeah, I'm there for like 2 minutes.
Once I've handed over Nuts to Di, I would like to go up to the top.
Nuts is gonna die.
Funny. Take Ariana with me, and go, Ariana, buy me a drink.
What now?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
And the tabaxi said no, that's same again?
No, some ale.
The ale
Yeah.
milk or is
Yeah.
that for you?
Yes, thank you.
Ah, of course.
Thank you. Oh, could you pour it in a... Is anyone else in the tablet?
Oh, yes, of course. The terrible ale.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It was bad water before.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't tip it on your
We
head.
can go. Oh no, I drank it.
Okay. I thought you were just like,
I am not giving you the stuff I drank earlier.
I don't want that. I just wanted something
You want-
to.
Although Ace handled it.
I just wanted to steady my nerves. Believe me, I would not have handled it. Actually, my com's +4.
hardly any worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Sepsis with us?
That's just really-
Then we start.
Go down to the sewers.
It's like it's the middle of the summer. So as you look at your watch, it's about
It comes
6
near.
o'clock in the evening. But it's still quite light, quite pleasant out. And the carriage is there waiting. You jump in the carriage and it takes you back down to the docks, to the familiar kind of clearing between buildings that you had got to before. And Melkor kind of steps out of the carriage first. And as he was getting there, you saw him, and because he made you sit opposite, and you guys in the back, and you saw him kind of just, well, once was 3 people could fill a seat. Suddenly, just Melkor's filling the seat at one side.
Ariana's eyes just obviously drift off and she starts just thinking about, I'm going to try that sometime.
And he kind of steps out first and he looks around and you can see him kind of nodding at various buildings. And as you step out behind him, you also see then that there are elven guards, kind of pointing their bows at the carriage. But as you're all stepping out, they've been told the plan for this evening, seemingly, and they all kind of, their attention wavers from you.
Good luck.
Kiss for luck?
Yeah.
Kind of allows you to kind of like peck him on the cheek.
No one saw.
And just kind of gets back in the carriage.
I
The
mutter
carriage
to
makes its
Ariana.
way.
People definitely saw.
We saw.
We are not people.
There are now ropes that have been like dropped down and tied down to the entrance
How
of the dock.
considerate. I just dive in.
But I don't want to swim in the pool again.
Just water bodies like bombing. Like.
I climb down the rope and in through the hole. I
Yeah.
want to be as little in the pool water as I can.
Yeah, Ace is going to use the rope. Do you want a...
Yeah,
piggyback?
Sepsis will need a hand getting
Yeah.
Aww.
So I'm going to put Sepsis on my back and take them down on the rope. Do I need to roll anything for that?
Yeah, you're using a rope as well.
Yes.
Make a
Is
climb check.
Sepsis Yoda?
Like a climbing check.
Are you Luke Skywalker?
That's not fair.
Yoda.
Also athletics.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
was that athletics, did you
Yeah.
say? Yeah, so I got
15.
a...
I mean, you are green.
15.
24.
Only you know.
I know.
With a 15, you find it quite simple, but you do look across and you do realise that even like the slickness of the sides of the dockland because of the change in tide and the seaweed that kind of clings to it, it would be incredibly difficult if you had a small child or another person on your back. And as you look to your left,
Athletics is -1.
you see
Mine is +7.
you see Ace just kind of hand under hand,
Like
very deftly.
sometimes just climbs a little bit up the rope and then goes down again.
And as you're going down, your footing
Just to
kind
get
of
a pump
slips.
on.
Your footing kind of slips, but Ace still carrying one person and herself,
There's
Kind of.
no.
Myself, yeah.
That's-
their self, holds onto the rope and just kind of puts their hand under your foot and kind of guides it back to the wall, and then just watches you climb down quite easily. There is a kind of
I'm just
lip-
sat in the water like, come
there
on.
is a lip of stone that you can stand on. It's not enough to kind of walk single file on, but if you're holding onto the rope, it's kind of enough to get you into the sewer entrance.
I'll just swim in.
I look at you and go, you are brown from head to toe.
No, no.
There's pool in my shoe again.
I'm not using it just for that.
It's probably a good idea. If anything, down here hunts by scent. It's probably a good idea to smell like your environment.
Oh, sepsis. Okay.
And
I go back out.
Cute.
I go back out into the water and then swim back in and go, okay.
Sepsis looks pointedly at Oriana, who is sparkly.
You smell like tiefling. Sepsis is right.
I do it to you.
Sepsis uses prestidigitation to make themselves all soiled again.
Okay, this could go on for some time, guys.
I'm just going to stay
More
on
important
the
things.
sewage.
As you walk then into the sewer, you get to the earlier crossroads and the where you know the crypt into the Dampier's house is. And do you want to walk further?
Yeah, fuck it.
Can we see any sign of the rat folk?
Roll me a survival check.
Now that I can do. Oh yes, thank you. That will be 19, 20, 23.
And 18 for me.
Nice. The both of you do notice there is heavy, what look like scratch marks, possibly paw prints, leading off to the left.
This
Heavier
way.
foot traffic by rat folk.
This way, I think.
As you carry on, it gets darker and darker, meaning that it's almost impossible for you to see.
Yeah.
You guys are okay. You with one eye.
I'm sort of like holding your shoulder again just to like guide.
Do you want me to give you light? Because last time it went badly.
Right now, no. I think we'll
Just hold on to me then.
Yeah.
If we need to fight, then we'll do it.
Yeah.
After maybe 200-300 feet of winding kind of almost pipe-like corridor,
With that.
the sea salt smell has gone, and it is beginning to be replaced by the horrid scent of the dull scent of human waste that's mixed with seawater. But you also begin to see a light in front of you, and to the left,
I see the light.
and to the right, and also a couple of lights behind you. And all at once, converging on you, are 20 rat folk.
I sort of take a defensive stance.
You are familiar with the rat folk who approaches from the front. It's the same one you spoke to last time in the bar.
I would be too, because
Yeah.
I was also there.
Hello.
Thanks. I'll give in. Thanks. I'll give in.
Thanks are given.
I'll give it.
Are
given.
Oh. I'll give what?
Who's Al Given?
I was like, what the fuck?
Thanks, Al Given.
What the fuck's that?
Maybe you do roll.
It's no problem. Thank you for your help.
Yes. We take you to Death Cave.
Apparently so.
Yes.
I'm not so fond of that name.
Sorry, Shadow Cave.
Yeah.
That's not.
Well,
That's
it's
how-
Slightly
the
less
shadow
spooky.
that kills things.
Yeah.
If you could lead the way.
It's not too
Or
late
point
to.
the way.
It's not too late to not include that part of the plan,
It's too late now to say sorry.
is it?
Yes.
Very well.
And you keep going. And they do take you through a few holes in the walls. They're not keeping to just the sewers. And there are a couple of like hollowed out kind of corridors that seem to have been made with very simple tools. And you eventually come to what looks like an underground shantytown. And you can see like ramshackle bridges stretching across the waterways. It smells actually slightly better. And you see very makeshift kind of pipework coming in from potentially clean water sources. And you do happen to see, off in the distance, this is quite a large open area with lots of inlets at this point. You do see off in the distance quite a few humans congregating.
I am sorry that your operation will be disrupted.
It's happening quicker. This way.
It doesn't take you towards the humans, it takes you off to the right. And you start to see, you start to get led, it takes about an hour, but you start to get led into much smaller pipes. A couple you have to crawl through for maybe 50 yards. But you eventually get to what looks like the kind of, it's very ramshackle pipework. Like they've just used stone pillars to shore up certain like rock walls or natural stone that they've tried to mine through, but they haven't walled it up in any way. And eventually the stone posts give way to rotting wooden posts, and eventually there is in front of you a cave wall with a thin but passable fissure running straight up about 30 feet.
Beyond that cave
What time
we
are
have
we
not
finishing
explored.
tonight? What time are we finishing tonight?
Well, we usually finish about 11, don't we?
Yeah.
we finish it.
I'd say we're probably getting to a good point.
Yeah.
I guess we're going in.
We're going
That
in.
is where no rat come back.
Well,
We're no rats.
we are not rats.
True.
Maybe we'll come back. We'll see, eh?
Smell like rats though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Apart from her,
No.
smells clean.
Does she no longer smell clean?
Is that better?
Better, yes.
You're still
Whatever.
beautiful. You just smell funny now.
As you get closer to the fissure, there's like a kind of gust of wind, and at first you can smell salt air, but then carried on that salt air is a horrendous stench of fresh human waste. It's stronger than any. It's not diluted. It's stronger than any you can smell around you.
Have I got anything I can tie around the bottom part of my face?
I always have something tied around the bottom part of my face.
I don't know. Let's say you've got like a sash or something.
I have actually.
Cool.
If you look, I am
Barely
in
even got a
fact
top.
wearing one. Look at a little blue one around my waist.
Yes. So you can tie your sash around your face.
Yeah.
What's holding up your trousers now? You booty.
No, my hips. Yeah, my
big,
butt is
big
with
booty, yeah, you got a big booty.
Yeah, I tie my sash around my face. Just to deal with the smell a little bit.
Yeah. Ace will do what they did
Clean it
before
first.
and just pull up their sort of undershirt to
Cool.
cover their nose.
No worries.
I just look offended.
Sepsis is not bothered.
It's actually some cat.
Also has something tied around their face at all times.
Yeah.
We leave you here.
I
Yes.
think that's
Much
a wise choice.
to prepare, much to break walls, to bring down ceilings. Many
Bye then.
elf buildings.
Yes.
And just walks off.
Have fun. Okay. Shall we go and face the
Let's
shadow
go.
monster?
Let's go rescue some humans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Also that.
Yeah. Kill the monster
Okay.
first, though.
Ace is just gonna sort of
Or
walk in sort
avoid
of,
the monster?
with their hands already braced
If
on
we
the
can.
sword.
Frankly, Ace, I would probably just have it out at this point and following you in.
Better to avoid it than to fight it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Everyone's going in.
I won't show you the map until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make your way into the caves.
Yep.
The first thing you see as you get into the caves is that this is going to be a maze. There are many. As it goes on, it comes to a dead rock wall, but you can see that there are maybe 4, 5 different offshoots. And the smell, you can't tell what kind of direction it's coming from at the moment. Until next week, until next time, when you roll a perception check.
Yeah.
But we're going to
How
leave
do
it
they
there
know?
for tonight.
That time.
You are
How
in the
do
cave.
they know there's a shadow monster if no one's ever come back?
Maybe it's they've sort of peeked in.
Maybe they heard one of the rats run out screaming, "That's our shadow monster!"
If they leave no survivors, matey, who is alive to tell the story?
Okay.
Yeah, but we've established there was no survivors.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for rocking up again. Sorry there was no fight or dice rolling action, but
That's
I do
fine.
love
No,
I do love a
I
role play heavy
I
session.
love the dialogue.
Also, we missed Shane tonight because he left a while ago and never came back.
Yeah.
No, that's
okay.
fine.
But I missed him.
You'll
He
catch
also
up.
wasn't very well, so
Yeah,
no,
bless
he's
him.
had a rest.
Poor Shane. Feel better, Shane.
Feel
Yeah,
better,
feel
Shane.
better.
No, but there is still.
And, hi to everyone else.
Yeah.
Hi to
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
We're not gonna just say hi to Shane.
No,
We love Shane.
we're just used to Shane being here.
Yeah.
We're missing our buddy.
So you've got at the moment another TTV viewer. Hi, Commander Root.
Isn't
Sir,
that? No,
Um,
Commander Root, that's someone else.
Henrik Herkinson,
Also, is it Commander
Hey,
Root
Ken.
from the Artemis Fowl books?
and Lux. Who's Lux?
I don't know, but
They love what they're looking.
Yeah.
They're lurking.
So,
Hi guys, thanks for sticking with us.
no D&D next week.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there is.
But it's the Christmas one, it's not
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
special. It's
Not a
very
regular
close
session
to
next
Nidum.
week.
Have you found?
Special.
Yeah, you have.
Are we dressing
Um,
Christmas?
Okay, so yes, sorry. Next week,
Christmas jumpers.
Christmas
Are we
jumpers.
dressing Christmas? Yeah.
Yeah.
next week I will not be sitting in this chair. The wonderful and amazing Amelia, who plays Dice the
I think
Murder,
you'll find her name is Millicent.
I think you will find it's not.
or Millie, because Millie is not a shortened version of Amelia.
Right, it's not a
Um,
short form of Richard, but then
It's a shortened version of Brian.
Rich
Um,
is a short version of Richard.
Okay, I wish I was. Anyway, so yes, we're going to be doing a Christmas one shot next week, DM'd by my beautiful, loving, long-suffering, as you can see by the look on her face, partner.
It's her first time DMing.
yes,
and
I've never
she's
DM'd
Take,
anyone.
she's
we're gonna
decided
take a
to
DM
go
virginity.
proper all out.
And do it on a live stream.
Do it on a live stream, and also
We're doing it live!
I know what she's decided to do next week, and the plans are insane.
Yeah, we've not been told to roll characters.
I think
Yeah.
she's going to do really well.
You better not upstage my Christmas one shot from last year.
You did the letter, which we still have somewhere.
Yes,
It's
no,
still
it's
over
over
there.
there.
And I did the song that Brian enjoyed so much.
You
That
did
was
the
amazing.
song, I love
That was
that.
amazing.
You hated
But
it.
this
told me
next
I
week
wasn't
is going to be a
allowed
lot of
play it.
fun. It's not going to be obviously canon to this campaign, but please come along. give us a watch.
Also, I'm really hoping his beard baubles arrive before.
Bring some friends. Yes, I
They've
will
got no Devons
hopefully
in town.
have a
My mum's bought him some.
full
They light up.
balding beard. But yeah, thanks for watching again, guys. We're probably not going to play this one until
The new year now.
January. It'll be January.
January.
Yeah, because we're not here the 29th.
So this
Sorry.
week, sorry, it's
It's
okay.
our fault.
The 22nd will be our Christmas one shot. The 29th will be 4 of us
You're gonna
playing
play
a
like a
game
board game.
called
Betrayal?
Betrayal at the House on the
House on
Hill.
the Hill, possibly, or we could play
House
something
on
else
Hill.
if we find something.
House on the Haunted
I
Hill.
could run
No,
adventures.
Betrayal in the House on the Haunted Hill.
Hmm?
I
Betrayal.
could run like an
The House
adventure
on
one
Haunted
shot.
Hill.
Or something along
Fun.
those lines. But
Yeah.
I
I
just
think
thought
Jerry would enjoy that.
we
I'll
could
do
something.
adventure. I'll do like an adventurous
Oh,
thing.
it might just do D&D then, to be honest.
Have we not leveled up?
No.
We didn't do combat this time.
I know, but it's like.
No, but we killed a spider
Yeah,
last
but
time.
that's the whole point of Milestone is that
Yeah.
you don't only level up through combat, you could do you
Yeah.
can level up
But
through
we've
other
done
things.
loads of stuff.
Like, you know, discovering
Loads of role playing.
discovering loads of intrigue or
Absolutely.
having a 3-hour long
Try that House
argument
on
about
the-
whether or not you should
Yes.
let children die.
It is amazing. So yeah, we'll do that on the 29th. And
Passing
then...
an interview with a sheriff.
No, it's fine. You guys are
Well, the
going.
camera is.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They're just leaving.
It's
Oh
fine.
yeah, all I can see is
So we've got like a 45-minute drive to get home.
Charlie's boobs.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do on the 29th, and then things will be back to normal then in January.
Yes, they will.
Well, the first week of Jan, I'm away, but
They'll be back
again,
Oh,
to.
no, there is
like,
very
you
brilliant.
guys are quite welcome to do Ace.
I'd love to play Ace again. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
you
version
say
of
they'll
Ace
be
is
back to normal. They'll be back to
Whatever
this.
this is.
Yeah.
But we are not normal.
Yeah,
Sorry,
the,
Jan, Sunday
the
nights.
second week of Jan.
Oh, sorry.
Ken is voting for Betrayal of House on the Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
We'll
I'm
see.
going
We'll see.
We'll see
we
what
can
we're up for on the day.
do.
to something
Absolutely.
out. But in the meantime,
Ah.
I think.
Sorry. I forgot I had flash on.
But no, guys, thanks again for watching. And yeah, we love our viewers. Thank you very much. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye.